Hello, and welcome back to our third session of our Curselings campaign. Joining us tonight, we have myself as the GM, as usual. We have Karen. We've got Karen Thor, played by Dom. And Daryl, played by Norman.
Oi.
Silver, played by Tristan.
Hello.
Katira, returned now for after her hiatus, played by Liv.
Yeah.
And Morgana, played by Shane.
Woo!
The real feat here is that I remembered everybody's names and their characters corresponding. The fact that I didn't swap some of y'all, I deserve inspiration for that. Oh, and Karen's played by Pyro, but who cares?
He made a noise.
I was the first one you talked about.
As the order on my screen, I
Connor.
guess.
Connor, you had it correct and then you fucked it.
I know,
Anyway,
but I didn't say your name
Good.
the first time around. I did it on purpose.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
we
was
pick up.
paying
Last time,
Get fucked, Pyro.
last session.
last time you all had
You already did.
true.
E.
That is coming up in the recap. Last session, you all had done some petty work around town after the debacle at the temple initially. You all had done some odd jobs around town to gather some money to be able to afford the fare towards Moonwatch, where you know there is not only an affiliate with the Order of Eldritch Veers, like an organization tied to your party member Tristan, but also opportunity for some other financial gains. You all secured money to hop on a boat towards Moonwatch, and after about a week-long trek, as well as a night of we'll say passion for the PG rating between Cairn and a certain orc warrior nurse, you will have docked in these southern docks to the southwest of Moonwatch proper. As you all get towards the city, you see each of those blue dots that you see on the map is a large standing tower with a large glass-like dome on the top. And coming off the top of these domes are little long, thin shreds of light. They just oscillate up and down and slightly shift left and right and form this sort of aurora borealis effect around the city, even though it's evening. As you all look, you also see there are two large stone gates that go up this stone hill. There are no physical walls like previous cities you've been in, but there's such a steep incline to the hill here that the walls would almost be obsolete because the force and speed needed to get up that hill is almost the same as a vertical wall. So you all have entered from this lower left. I'll go ahead and put over the proposed party token. Until I get anything new, this is what it'll be.
The heck?
Respect. I have
so-
no problem with it.
Yeah, that tracks. So, I've shared with you all the map of Moonwatch. As a refresher, or for those of you who didn't, what's the word? Check it before. Moonwatch is one of the three large cities on Leoteth and is a magical caste system based government in this city-state. It is headed by a Governor Cromwell, who sits atop this caste system as a sort of archmage and political leader of the town. How many of you have been to Moonwatch before? Before I get too in depth.
I haven't.
True. I thought somebody had come through here.
No.
No.
I don't
Alright.
think so.
I don't.
Then it'll be all
Think
through
I
fresh
have.
eyes. Okay. The Governor Cromwell has been the governor for a considerable amount of time in the city's history. It's one of the youngest cities, as the Arkship landed in Etherfort. It took time for people to stretch out over the continent, and Moonwatch, being one of the furthest out cities on the continent, was one of the more recently settled cities. I'll pause my description for now, as you all decide where you'd like to go. You've got your southeastern gate and your northwestern gate. Which one would you prefer to go to?
Well, we are far closer to southeastern, are we not?
About the same, but yeah. Cromwell's in a lot of things, folks.
Specifically, Demon Lord Cromwell.
He was also like a huge motherfucker in Scotland and Ireland in the 1600s.
Yeah, he
And
did quite a bit of shit.
it was the last name of the grandmother from Halloween Town. I think.
What's more important is the motherfucker from Scotland and Ireland in the 1600s.
I think that's up to debate. I don't know how much. I don't think you know how much I care about Halloween Town.
I don't think you know how much the Irish and the Scottish
like-
hate Oliver Cromwell.
I feel like
That's
we
fair.
shouldn't be discussing this right now.
Fair.
Yes, apparently.
So, if you all travel towards the southeastern gate, the boat you all were on is doing some resupplies, and a couple crew members are heading to this shipyard here. You see your quote unquote Captain Treebeard bids everyone adieu, and as they all hop off, he goes, and the sort of bubbly personality he's put on to be captaining the ship mutes just a little as he kind of slumps his shoulders in a little bit, takes off the captain's hat, puts on some commoner clothes, and kind of goes the long way around up to the city, to the northwest.
Aaron limps off the docks.
Have you rolled for ugly for this day, Karen?
I haven't. So, the first thing you'll
Ugly.
see when I walk out of a different cabin.
Oh, good.
Let's see, it was a charisma save.
Yep. There's also a
Hey!
cold storm coming in.
Honey, you got a cold storm coming. I'm ugly.
Jeez, I think you've gotten 5 on every roll.
Yeah,
Except for the day that counted.
Yeah. When, as it should be.
Once is all it takes.
So, it's a dark, overcast evening as you are pulling in. You're starting to hear crackles of thunder. And as it is headed towards winter, it's a very cold night once it settles in. Even though you are in a coast town, it's still going to be a bit brisk walking about. You'll be able to see your breath. Not quite snow temperature, but nonetheless.
Aaron first feels comfortable as he puts back on his regular cold clothes. I miss this a little bit.
So, you all travel past the shipyard and past an old barn, which is what this building is here, as well as this one over here, and make it to the stone gate. There you see there's a line of people waiting. And they have a series of papers in their hands, and you see a guard, just 2 sets of guards, one checking papers and one checking luggage, and one in a guard tower just kind of watching out over the line. You all
We do not have.
What was that? Did you say something?
We do not have papers.
Correct.
Speak for yourselves, children.
So, I was going to ask that as my follow-up question, but you all do pick up that there are papers being presented for entry into town. What is your all's plan? As most of you, I believe, do not have any kind of documentation on who you are.
Karen
I
just
don't
Wouldn't
get
Daryl have
gets in line.
something? She lived in the other town for quite some time.
Were you an official resident? Or did you just
I don't
live
know,
in the tower?
was she? She lived in the tower with Abther.
Abther lived outside of town deliberately.
So, nope. Okay.
Off the grid.
Yeah.
There are
yeah,
your
that fits
papers.
Abther completely.
Do you pay taxes?
Fuck no, Abther
Absolutely
didn't pay
not.
taxes.
So
Daryl
Karen
was-
gets so Karen gets in the
If a tax collector came by his place, that tax collector was never seen again.
Also,
Very true.
Katira would not have paid taxes on this planet, so there's that too.
I thought you were also
Abather's
just
on
going
the IRS's shit list.
they want his address and they want it and want it, which ironically is kind of funny. Norvin knows why that he's being searched for.
Yup.
Yeah, it'll come out at some point, but
It's the taxes first. The war crimes are an afterthought.
So wait, do they stop every person individually, or
they've got groups that are stopped together and they produce papers and they write them in and take a stamp. This is sort of
I
this is
don't know if Katira would have any sort of identification from her time as a soldier.
Depends. Do you think she would have some sort of emblem or symbol of rank?
I mean, it would be somewhere in her effects, at least something
Then
that
yeah.
would show that she's a veteran.
Yeah, then I'm sure you'd have it.
Question,
Okay.
Connor.
Who knows if
Would-
that's valid here?
Would it be possible to just walk through with a crowd unnoticed?
That would take a stealth check, but it could happen.
Cause this.
Ooh. During the use of stealth and trickery and how much you've uttered in the story by a walking talking about.
Mostly for the.
You have
You
advantage.
can't remember the face or anything.
Whenever you're wearing the common clothes, nobody can. So, are you wearing any armor? That's important.
I have common clothes. Yes.
But are you wearing armor over it?
I'm wearing armor under it
Under it. Okay, that'll work. That'll work.
because it's just leather armor.
Okay. If
I
you,
like to
you can
think
give me a
he-
stealth
he-
check and an advantage if you want to try and slip in with a group.
I like to think he just slipped into the back of Karen's shoes and are just like walking behind him.
He's up your shirt. Alright.
We already
say
gotta
that-
hide you. We can't hide Caranthor in you.
Oh, that's a good point.
Connor, did you say add advantage?
Yeah, a stealth check at advantage if you want to try and like slip into a group ahead of you. A 19. Right, easily enough. You see somebody counts up. Like the group a couple ways in front of yours. Still within your 500 feet though. Well within your 500 feet. I'd say number-wise it's probably about 20 feet in front of your group. You slip in and they hand over their papers. It looks to be some sort of trading caravan. They've got bags on, and things of goods they're bringing to town. And they get the stamp of approval, and you just kind of slip between them and up the steps, and you're able to wait basically just up here on the ledge and look down. Once you're past the checkpoint, there's no guards on the other end waiting to get people through.
While I'm just waiting, can I look around for any signs of Britain thieves' camp?
Yeah, give me a perception check. And while you're doing that, we'll cut back over to the main group and see how they're planning on getting in.
Oh, there's nothing there.
Okay, duly noted. So, how are the rest of
And
you?
Ariel will just go walk up to one of the guards.
Okay, so you're just gonna wait till your turn to be up there with them?
Yeah, she's gonna figure out
Okay.
how to
Yeah.
get papers. I mean,
Katira's going to assume that the papers are just a form of identification and just be like, well, I have what I have,
Okay.
and I'm going to present it.
I just gave you all an opportunity before you got there in case you wanted to try stuff like Caranthor just did. Easy enough. You all wait till your turn. I'll go with Andariel first. The guard, you all step up in the guard goes, papers, please.
what kind of papers?
Identification. Origin of your visit. Origin, reason of
Produces
your visit.
very dusty.
I am from Blackmere,
Mm-hmm.
and our reason for visit is we're cursed.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any kind of... And Karen, did you say you were putting forth papers?
Yes, my salt hollow papers.
Alright. You kind of interject and cut in, and he takes over and goes, Are you all together?
Yes. we are.
Also, in case you didn't think we're cursed, just looks down, screen pans down, looks at me. Hi,
Ooh.
You do not
I'm actually a gnome.
he chuckles a little bit. Alright.
not
Well.
full.
You all enjoy your time in Moonwatch. Stay safe and stay out of trouble. Puts a little stamp of approval on your papers and hands them back. And like counts you all in and then puts his arm down for the next group. And you'll start walking.
So
up
only
this-
one of us needed to have papers.
Yeah, you needed somebody to like attest for you, and his papers were good enough to be a source to get you in.
Right.
So Cranthor
He
just
did not
just
expect
Mr.
it to be
Cringed
that
himself.
easy.
Yeah.
The security of
honest,
this
neither
place
did
is
I.
lacking.
Out of my ways.
Hey.
Well then,
So, where are we heading?
You all had
I've never been here before, so I have.
You
no
all had
clue.
previously been told there was an associate who worked with the Order of Eldritch Reviewers who was able to help you. However,
Look at my
Dayton
premium
Arathris,
book.
being a colossal airhead, did not remember the name of this person and said basically, ask around, you'll find him, I'm sure. Anyways, later.
That is
So
unhelpful.
Karen puts on ridiculously large reading glasses and pulls out his premium bought Moonwatch tourist guide
Don't cheat.
to Ravnica.
Mhm.
And see, I have no idea. This is just a piece of paper.
It's blank. It says copyright strike. Weird.
DMCA?
So, in town, I'll just go over the things in World Anvil. You have a temple located just behind a large arts guild / bards college. These blue houses are all mostly fortified residential areas. North of them, you have an adventurers guild. In the middle of town is the namesake for the town is the I believe it's the Moonheart meteor.
Yep.
I was trying to do it from memory at first. Then you all have the Golden Plinth, just a little bit left and up of that. Far left, you have the Sunspoke Summoning Circle. Then a bevy. Is that the right word? Bevy?
Yes.
Of-
yes.
Yeah, a bevy of other buildings.
Baby, don't cry no more.
Yeah.
Nobody puts Bevy in a corner.
So, where would you all like to go to first to try and look for this associate that you're supposed to find?
Whoever's talking is breaking up real bad, and I can't hear them.
Is it me?
God.
No, it's right after you.
Where's the dying hamster?
Yeah.
I think that's a Vexera.
I didn't say anything.
Vexera,
I
not
was about to change the
Katsura.
tracks too.
That whole track is playing right now then.
So, back to my question. Where are you all planning on going? Any particular buildings you wanted to step into and ask, hey, do you know anybody so-and-so?
Silver, you are a member of this order, are you not?
Freelancing. I'm more of a freelance bounty hunter. I do odd jobs. Maybe if there's somewhere we could find a bounty hunter group, but I don't know this land.
Maybe you can, when we find people, you can ask, give like any sign that you were like working for these people. Paperwork, badge, invoice.
Didn't he hand us a paper about something?
I don't remember if he did or not. No, now that you say. It would have been smart for him to hand you a paper. I think he gave you a writ that if you find the person that on the order of Dayton Arathrius that you all are like to be moved to the front of the line on their requests. But I don't remember for sure.
And Dario will just speak up. We could always try the research facility that's here in town. Or city.
Research is always prudent.
Yeah.
Research is good enough, I guess.
After talked about it a couple times. He
While
thought they
they're
were
talking,
silly, but the Star Cell Arcatorium is here.
Is there a town guard nearby?
Not on this side of the gate. You all are mostly clear.
But by the way, given the no papas of the town, is it like densely populated, like
There,
the other one?
in the section you all are in, it's a lot less crowded than Etherfort was.
Okay, good.
There's still travel to and forth, but you are seeing a lot of people in robes and a lot less people in common clothes. You have a feeling you're now in the like mid
College
to upper
town.
echelon area. This is the place where casters of some form find residence. So, you see people walking around. Luckily, just being able to cast a cantrip usually puts your CR at least a 1. So not too many people are scared of Karen. I almost said Karen Thor.
Seems
What's
like we won't have any trouble with our curse.
A few
Ah,
people do get
It's a
frightened.
very small
but
town.
Don't use that for scale. I have not altered that scale, but oh good. I don't think I didn't notice you change your color pyro to frame. Oh god.
That
No,
was
I-
definitely me.
I didn't do anything, man. I'm eating an
You're
oboe
just-
cream pie. Let me alone.
You're my usual suspect. Sorry.
Guilty.
Fair.
So, you all wanted to go to the Arcanatorium to inquire.
It
Yes.
would be a wise place to begin.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is this hawk?
Our party token.
You just saw. All right. It's a good 15-minute reaction time, but all right.
I aim to please.
You're also there when I showed it to everyone, so.
Yeah. So, you all make it into the Arcanatorium. There's a large seal of stained glass above the door that shows a hand gripping a crescent moon
Damn it.
floating above it, and the energy trailing down into the fingers. You all open the doors and step inside, and you see a large, like a planetarium, there's a large mechanical apparatus that shows multiple spheres of something, presumably planets or planes of influence, in a large antechamber dead ahead of you. And around it, you see there seems to be some sort of class in session, as well as casting being done periodically. Again, assumedly part of the lesson. Nothing seems to be like it's an emergency or combat. It seemed to be have. Oh, good. Thanks for the.
Bye, Vixera.
There we go.
What happened?
Vixera being buggy. Playing
The
correctly.
skip button doesn't work.
Oh, good. I'll try force skip next time and see if that works. Oh. Thank you, Shane.
You're welcome.
So, the antechambers to your left and right are both hallways that lead to smaller classrooms and offices on the second floor. You do catch what appears to be a non-student walking, some sort of professor or assistant, walking with notes in hand coming around the corner, headed towards the large antechamber if you wanted to flag them down.
Morgana will instantly walk towards this person.
You catch her eyes and sorry, can I help you?
We must find a member of the Order of Eldritch Veers.
Oh, all right. Can I help you with that?
We were told by the first member of the Order to ask around town.
We have a writ. I think.
I think you all do.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll check
Yeah.
episode 1 later.
Any,
Yeah.
we're just wondering if you possibly know anybody that could have been a part or associate of that order.
Let me roll a history check for this NPC and see if they know about the order. Let's give them a... Okay, I got a 17. I do. It does ring a bell. I know there is someone in town. I think it might be down the street. Just keep going past the governor's estate, past the mage's college, and there should be this little shop. It looks like a rundown shack, but it opens up to a greater interior on the inside. There's an old hag who lives there, and I'm pretty sure she has some affiliates with some sort of magical organization. It's either her, or I would ask around at the mage's college itself and see if they have somebody on staff. I hope that helps. I've got a lesson to get to. If there's anything else you need, ask around some of these offices here to my left. They should be able to direct you. Take care. And she steps down.
Your assistance is appreciated.
Of course. Have a lovely day. And if there's if you'll have any interest in doing any work or participating in any research here, those same offices to the left will get down your information and we'll be happy to have any assistance. She trots down.
To
Lovely.
Crowbeak's Menagerie.
Yep. So, and there's a little bit of a spoiler on World Anvil, but
Yeah,
Yeah, I read it and I
I just
did not
looked at
mitigate.
it right now, so I
Yeah.
yeah, and there
I
goes
just saw it
Sarah.
right now, so
Oh, then
no
he's back.
metagaming that much.
You all were heading there first anyway. So, is there anything you all want to do in the Arcanatorium before you go, as you're sightseeing?
You already know what I'm looking for. It's a building full of books and knowledge.
Give me a reminder, because the things I think you'd be looking for, I don't think would be procced here.
Oh.
Are you just generically speaking of a library?
It's like a research place, right?
Yeah. Mainly focused on the effects that the Moonheart meteor has on Moonwatch, but they also have other
Okay.
projects they do.
I guess.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be here then.
No. I'll go ahead and
Would
save
it
you a check. You won't find
prudent
anything on
for
that
us
immediately.
it ourselves to perusal for these
Can we just get rid of the
researchers?
curse before we, start poking around?
I mean, about the curse.
That's
Katir brings up a good point, and you all don't have much information on what caused your curse. You remember the event, and you have the scroll that summoned the being, but other than that, you all don't have much information on the Sin Fiend who caused it or why it happened. But I think Andariel got a rubbing of the circle he drew, if I recall.
Yes.
Like, did a sketch of it. Yeah.
Did we catch the Sin Fiend's name again?
You did not.
No, we did that.
But if you would
If
like
we
to take
did,
out
it
the
wouldn't
scroll,
be
it might be
real.
on there.
Well, they did summon him, so.
Yep.
They'd probably have used his real name for that.
On the scroll, yes, but if we had asked it of him, he wouldn't have given it to us.
Most certainly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all thought he was about to murder us.
We did.
You weren't too far off.
Yeah.
It was a sin fiend of avarice.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, that's all it says
that was all
on
we
the
knew.
scroll of summon.
That's just a quote to reference the scroll. It's not a real thing
Yeah,
on the
that was
scroll.
flavor text.
Oh, okay.
Your all's you deduced was a Sin Fiend of Pride. I do know that you will figure that out.
Yeah.
So, if there's nothing else you all want to do here at the Arcanatorium, I'll have you all transition over to the menagerie.
When the curse is broken, it is broken. There is nothing that can be learned at that point. Should we not learn what we can while we can?
Well, it's not like the library's going anywhere, and perhaps the person we're going to talk to will have more information. More than just, it's a sin fiend of pride. Sin fiend of pride. I mean, we don't even know if there's just one or more of those.
Very well.
I mean, working as a researcher, which I used to, going in and just with such a broad subject, we're going to find a lot of useless information. I would like to narrow down what we're looking for before we start doing research.
I yield to your expertise in this.
Groovy.
So,
Yeah.
you all are headed
Agree.
to the menagerie. The storm has fully rolled in at this point. I'm just gonna keep the same track on. It's starting to be. It's a cold, very heavy rain that's pouring down over the city. You see, there's little like, you know, the cantrip dancing lights is the orbs that they create sort of dance around the city and keep it illuminated as opposed to lampposts. So you don't see a caster casting it. It just seems to be emanating from something, and they just hundreds of them line the streets and oscillate between these purples and blues. You will make your way past the governor's estate and see guards posted out front, past the mage's college, into the menagerie, where you see 4 guards standing in front of the door with pole arms crossed over the door to prevent entry. As you will approach, they quickly flag you down at halt.
Hello.
This premises is currently on lockdown as the governor is upholding a private meeting with the business owner.
Then we shall wait.
As the water pours down on you all, he just goes back to attention.
I mean, any place that we could wait that we don't get wet?
I don't know, find a tavern, wait over there. I don't know how long she's gonna be. She just said to wait outside until she was ready.
I'll take a look around to see if there's an awning I can stand under.
Okay, there's a building to the left that you can go and stand under the roof of and miss most of the runoff. You all are thoroughly soaked, though, by the time you all got here. Because that is, like, half the length of the city, at least.
Right.
From the Arcanatorium to here.
Right.
So, yeah. Is there anything y'all wanted to get up to before they let you in?
Break the curse, please.
Alright. Just trying to give y'all some opportunities, just in case.
Kira's just gonna go underneath the awning and just sit cross-legged, and take out a stone and just meditate on it.
You're gonna get your butt wet if you do that.
You're all soaking
I'm
wet at this
actually...
point.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, I'm
already
just
wet.
curious what building we're actually hiding under.
Let me read something.
Any
real
window
quick.
just to look in for a bit?
If you want to give me a perception check, there's definitely windows.
Sure.
Hang on. I think I could try something. I had this created on the boat for reasons. And if the equivalent once we're under an awning out of the immediate water pour,
Mm-hmm.
The windows
like
are
to
fogged.
I like to destroy 10 gallons of water.
Oh.
If that's possible to head down and to help dry us.
Oh, immediately. If you all group up, immediately your clothes dry out.
Huddle next to the old man. Hang on.
How does it look?
So what happens is, I just put up my hand. I'm ugly, so I'm like 3 feet tall. So you guys see my hand reach your chest, and just a little red mist comes out and just sucks all the moisture in, and then poof. Ta-da. See, being cold and wet is bad for your immune system and the like.
Thank you.
You hear?
This is useful.
And I start listing off like doctor shit at them.
You do notice, Karen, because you have a high enough perception. One of the guards watches you instantly dry everyone off. Damn. In jealousy.
Sorry. If we're close enough, I can hit them too.
They're actively in the rain.
Poor guys. Yes, sorry, no.
After a minute and looking in, yeah, and as you said, Silver, you try and look into the window and it's all fogged up. It seems to be a basement of some sort, but the cold temperatures outside and warm inside, you can't get a clear look of anything. It looks like all these buildings are built on a raised foundation to avoid digging into this mound. So, as you're standing there kind of killing time, you see the guards draw their polearms back up, and stepping out, you see a beautiful woman, dark-skinned human, dressed in a gorgeous, off-the-shoulder red dress, baubles in her hair, beautiful green eyes, and as she steps out, it was lovely talking with you again, Winona. If you ever need anything, you know where my address is, and I wish you the best of luck with your endeavor. And she shakes hands with the figure inside, and you all come to realize that this is the governor you have heard about, Governor Eloise Cromwell. Show to players.
Something smells of eldritch.
As she steps out, she sees you all over there and waves. Hello. Oh, were you all waiting on me? I'm so sorry. If I'd realized there were people waiting out front, I would have hurried along. As she looks at the storm that's rolled in. Oh, it is a bit wet here. She kind of holds up her hand, and much like the water begins to collect almost on an invisible umbrella, and there's a bubble that forms around her, and the rain water runs off it to the side, keeping her dry with one arm up. Another flick of her other wrist, and her guards are dehumidified. She goes, best of luck and have a lovely day. And she walks with her guards back towards her estate. Water umbrella still cast.
Huh.
That could be the lady.
Now, remind me, she's been governor for a very long time.
A large portion of the city's history, yes, which isn't abnormally long. She did take up the position at a young age, but
Her
she's
ears pointy.
there might be a hint of point, but it's covered by her hair, so it's hard to tell if she's human or half
They're
elf.
dead. They're dead.
And we lost a player. Moving on.
Uh-oh.
So
Who did we lose?
I'm
Morgana's
kidding.
just gonna hold the door
So
open.
this someone
with
dropped a dice
hand.
on their head.
I dropped the bullet.
You open the.
Good.
We're gonna skim past that. Skim right past it.
We don't have time to unpack all that.
Or Annie. As you open the door, you see it hanging inside. There's drapes of cloth hanging and pinned up to the ceiling of different colors. These reds, purples, blues. None of it following any sort of pattern. There's various designs on different ones. There's no two duplicates on these walls. And hanging from these cloths are a series of different designs of mirrors, varying sizes, some large, some small, all hanging and slowly spinning. As you will enter, there's a table on the far end with what appears to be a crystal ball in the middle and a series of other ornaments, and a hooded figure with long, spindly fingers and a nose peeking out from under the hood going, "Come in, come in.
I'm
It's
sensing
far
danger
too
something here.
cold and out there to be waiting in the rain." And as she flicks her finger, the doors start to close in behind you all. A series of candles light up in the room, and you feel the warmth fill the area. Come, have a seat. She gestures, the chairs slide back. A few more from off to the sides come in to make one for each of you all. Come on, I won't bite.
Katira
Aaron.
approaches and sits.
I will shuffle to the chair directly across the table from this other eldritch creature.
Alright.
I'll sit wherever.
Morgana's
Under will
just
walk
gonna
in.
stand
She'll
behind
sit
it.
anywhere.
So as you all sit, you hear a ting as one of the mirrors comes off its hook and slowly floats over to you all, and floats right in front of her face. And you
Son of a. Sorry, be right back.
Oh, you're good. As you see an etching of an eye ingrained into this mirror, flashes, and it then moves to float above her head like the diamond above a sin. She looks at you all through this mirror. Goes, "Ah, well, what brings you to my menagerie?" And as she places her hunched body forward and long, spindly claw fingers onto the table, you see the hood fall back a little bit to reveal a green hag. And she introduces herself as Winona Crowbeak, the owner of this establishment.
Hi.
That's why you're looking for things besides.
Do you happen to work with the Order of Eldritch Veers?
I do, in fact. They have me on probation for hag-related reasons.
Yes. Do you happen to know Oh crap! I
I-
forgot his name. What was his
I
name?
She-
produced the.
She continues
I
to
produced
lean
the
forward
letter.
towards you as you speak, uncomfortably so. And then, as you produce the signet ring and thing, the mirror catches it. Immediately, her head snaps over to look at it.
Dayton Arathrius, I think.
Yes, Arathrace. Dayton.
She always gestures with her middle finger out and turn palm up and just claws towards the air, and the papers come out of your hand with the signet ring attached. They unclip and unravel the string binding them. This mirror is looking at them all over. You can see now the purpose of the mirror. As you see her eyes, they're a milky, glossed over white. And if you hadn't picked up on it before, she is very much blind without this aid. And she looks over and says, I didn't realize Arathris was able to write, let alone read. Interesting. So you've been cursed, huh?
Yes.
Little bit.
And it all...
Indeed.
She claps her hands, and it all stitches back together and slams down on the table. I'll be sure to send him his ring back as she swipes it under the table. So,
Nice.
it says in this letter that you were cursed by some sort of ritual gone awry in a mausoleum by some sort of sin fiend. And that you have in your possession the object which caused the summoning of this creature, correct?
Yes, it's
We
a
do.
scroll.
May I see it? Her claws reach out and...
It's a very elderly scroll.
Andera will pull the scroll out of the bag and here.
She brings it over and she tries to open the scroll case. Is this a prank? So like
No, no one can open it but us. And
she extends it back over, like uncomfortably close to your face. By all means.
thank you. You happen to know someone named Abther?
Abther.
My baby boy. I love
know
him in Heart
Abther.
of War.
You remind me quite a bit of him.
I think he owes me money.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Or maybe I owe him.
That would surprise me.
I'll go with the first then. Anyway.
Well, he kicked me out, so yeah, go ahead.
He was always an asshole.
Yes.
Did you wanna... Like, are you here
We're
for a
trying.
vengeance call?
She'll pop open the scroll case.
Thank you. She puts the scroll in her hand. She goes, on a side note, if you ever did want to have, like, within bounds of my probation, some sort of retribution against it, you know where to
Oh,
find
I'm gonna
me.
do it myself.
Oh, lovely. She looks over at Silver and goes, Has he had any issues with eldritch beings being related to them? I mean, the letter seemed to write him as he was, like, pretty important.
I guess we gotta wait for Tristan to get back for that one.
Alright, I didn't realize he was still away.
Yup.
You've ridden yourself in a corner. Time to jump the shark.
And Doomstags appear. No,
Which one?
all of them. Like the
Wait, hang on.
Like the end game portal
Hello.
scene.
It is I. Legendary Paladin Crafter, Desiderius Doomstag, here with the sports.
With this. And
Did
now
I,
here's
did I
the
hear
broken feather.
legendary paladin or
Oh, no.
legendary not paladin with the lightsaber?
Oh no.
The time cannon and its consequences.
Oh god.
Anyway, we'll skip over that for now. She unravels the scroll and places a couple small bird bones on the corners to weight it down. She's just drumming her finger on her crystal ball. Interesting. This is a very powerful item.
In case this comes up.
She drapes her fingers over to her runes and they light up as she moves over.
This is me believe, so don't DMCA me.
She's
Here we
tracing
go.
over and she goes, I know how to break your curse. That's the good news.
Yay.
That implies there is bad news.
You'll be right. I can't actually do it right now.
Wait.
Your reasoning.
And why not?
Well, you see, hags generally work in a coven of 3 to amplify their passing power. Well, when I was rescued from being turned into a hag, they slaughtered the coven who was doing it, and I have not been allowed to form any kind of. As part of my probation, I can't form any group rituals with anyone because they're afraid I'll like boil a baby down and make a potion, which I guess fair, but
And
I had
Andariel will shoot Tristan or Silver a dirty look.
I had a talisman that made up for the difference and let me access as if I were in a coven. But bad news again, it got stolen about a week ago. And it's not turned up since. So I can still do something, but I can't fully resolve the curses.
Yay.
What are you
What
capable
can
of?
you do?
She snaps. You see all the mirrors behind you crack into shards and start floating out in the air.
Oh no.
Hold still. As she traces her fingers over the scroll, she begins to murmur something in Sylvan. Zip, zip, and you all see these purple tethers between each of you all. Zzz. The glass shards float over and surround one of her hands. Now, before I do this, I plan on severing this tether to each other at the moment, and then we can work on the individual curses after. But I do need to know. I'll cut these cords as per this recommendation letter, but after that I will start charging.
Good enough.
That is amenable.
Is there anything you all need to do before I start to cut these cords? I just
Dropped on screen.
No.
have to ask before I do these things. I have gotten in trouble for not understanding that people need to say goodbye before risky procedures and whatever.
I turn towards the person next to me and say, bye. Oh shit, if I die, I need to find
You're
that
1 foot
fucking.
in the grave already, old man. Shut the fuck up.
But I'm a courier!
You are. There's the package you've got to deliver to somebody in town.
God damn it! Well, if I die, it's not my problem
Their
anymore.
eyes only. How
If
will
I
you
die,
find them in the middle of a dank cave?
Hmm?
Alright,
What
Game
is
was
the
rigged from the
possibility
start.
of death with this ritual?
alright, snip, snip.
Alright.
Hang on, don't phrase it like that.
There is the possibility of death with all things.
I just look up at this young elf. Jen just cock my eyebrow leaves my head.
Out of character, you can say young all you want. You don't actually know how old she is.
You look like an elf. I look
Yes.
like a wrinkly potato.
You're also ugly.
We are
today.
not the same.
That out of context. You're also ugly.
I said today.
I know. Well, it doesn't really make it much better.
Anyway.
So she got as Winona's seeing you all have these final words. She goes, "Alright, I think that counts as last remarks." All these
I am
glass
back,
shards
so
begin
what
to.
if I miss?
We're about to get stabbed.
She's
magic.
about to cut the tethers that keep you all close to each other, but she can't do anything about your curses because recently she's lost a magic item that makes up for her not having 2 other members in a coven.
Now, does she have to stab the places where there's curse marks? Because this is going to be an issue.
I mean, is that an issue?
Silver, open your mouth.
Hmm. Hold
I kind of
especially
look at
still.
it and shake my head.
Is it in your mouth, son? She's leaning forward across the table towards you,
This-
glazed over eyes, staring you
I-
down.
I. What is that saying?
She's a hag reaching for your mouth.
I will, or I will not. I plead the fifth.
So as you're speaking and you're opening your mouth, she's
The
looking
fifth
up
one.
it. She goes, I recommend you open your mouth wide if you like your tongue intact. And don't move. My eyesight's not as good as it used to be.
Your eyesight is non-existent.
That's the joke.
Hindsight, Sonny.
Where are the rest of your all's marks, by the way?
Kachira just
Mine is
her
on my
head
belly.
back. One under the chin is visible.
Alright, alright.
Mine's on the back of my neck. I'm gonna be crippled.
Turn
It
around.
just turns around.
Hmm.
I'm about to become Professor fucking X Orca Edition. No.
Oh. As you all, those of you with them on your back, turn around, forget, give her a clear shot of it. She goes, alright.
Please stop.
Still.
Just like he was asking whether fucking magic missile was an agent. Oh no.
You will feel these glass shards press up against your mark. Especially uncomfortable for you, Silver, as there's a floating piece of glass shard inside your mouth. And the urge to close your mouth is getting harder and harder to resist.
Uh,
As she's
this is really uncomfortable.
she begins to murmur something in Sylvan, and all the candles flash purple, and her milky white eyes are now glowing purple as well. She begins to murmur in an echoed voice that you don't recognize as hers. I need you all to make me a
Please don't say it.
wisdom
Oh.
saving throw.
Oh. Yeah.
Wisdom saving throw, you said?
Yeah. And your curse only applies to checks, right, Silver?
Yeah.
Alright.
Wait, let me check that. Is it a checks? Just checks?
Okay,
a
that's
good
cool.
question.
I rolled that on the app. That's neat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, ability checks. So let's just.
I do like the Roll20 app. It's especially nice sometimes.
It
Especially when you gotta
Sometimes
make a quick change to your
I don't
sheet.
have to navigate off the main page and have something else that I have to keep
Oh,
clicking
that's way
back
too
to
many
my
rules.
character sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Behold the power of an ancient wise orc. I was hoping for a fuck up, but you know.
You're all good
Yay,
so far.
I am not the wisest of them all.
Well. Ooh.
I give you help, buddy. Mine only applies to checks.
Ooh. Does anybody have any inspiration they want to throw at those?
I shall use my queen.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw some inspiration.
Just
Okay, a 12
yeah.
I'm also gonna throw down a queen.
and the 14. Okay. The 14 saves.
Oh no.
12 does not.
But not.
The DC was
Ah.
13.
Damn it. I have nothing, man. I'm sorry.
Wait,
Can't use the ace. Sorry. Doesn't work.
wait. I need to double check on what.
He
One card-
already.
One card limit.
Hey,
per
One
check.
card.
Yeah.
Card limit. So.
Uh,
Well, there goes my queen.
So, as the rest of you all feel these glass shards become a magical essence and sink into your mark and start disrupting the sigil on it, Silver, yours doesn't quite fully transition, and you take 8 damage as it slices open the roof of your mouth.
Oh no, buddy.
And then it slinks into the sigil, and there's just blood slightly pouring out of his mouth now.
Slightly.
It's a
dear.
pretty heavy flow.
Well. Oh shit. I start. I immediately like shove
You're
my
turned
hand
around.
toward
You actually can't
face.
see it.
Oh. Does it make a noise?
Probably.
Karen, he's bleeding. He's bleeding.
Oh shit! I immediately shove my hand into his mouth.
You attempt to get up and move, and I need a strength saving throw.
Oh shit! Here we go. I am my scars.
A force as the Hags casting your tethers, trying to launch you back into the position you were, and you grab onto the chair and resist the push. And you look over, and he is bleeding still, and will continue to take damage each round until stopped.
I'm reaching my hand toward his mouth.
It's, you know, the bit in movies where there's like a force that's pushing people back and they're like slowly making way forward. That's what Karen's doing.
I almost got bloodied.
Oh crap! I forgot we're level 2.
What are you going to do to stop the bleeding Karen?
I'm a fucking doctor. What do you think I'm gonna do? I
Cast
got
a spell
guns.
or
That's a
medicine.
healing word.
First we're gonna try and cure wounds.
Okay.
Gotta touch him.
Roll me a d100 as you cast a spell while having some
Oh,
high
what
level
the
stuff
fuck?
going off.
Okay.
In case anything goes...
Hiya!
54. Okay. As you start to cast it, you see the energy like feeds back down the tether, and there's a little bit of a ripple that happens on it, but nothing really comes of it. Funnily enough, Winona seems unaware of anything that's happening. As you see the mirror floating above her head, the sigil is off.
Shit.
And she continues murmuring in that echoed voice of hers and something else.
So cure wounds does not go off.
No, it does. Yeah, everything goes
Okay.
on fine. You just
Okay.
you had a chance if you got a really low number that it was going to get fucky, and might.
All right, so Silver, there's now another old wrinkly hand in your mouth, just tracing along like the top of your mouth, and then you can feel the like almost like a scab just form for a bit, and then just pops over. You have a faint taste of iron in your mouth, probably the blood.
You continue to try and resist the push factor to keep you up.
So did I actually heal, or
You do. You're back up. You're no longer bleeding. Karen,
As soon as I see I see he's fine, I just like let it move me. Like, oh, thank God.
you get flung chest first into your chair, and the wind gets knocked out of you a little bit.
I guess I'm paying for my crimes.
Give me another wisdom save. Those who failed. Which, by the way,
so just me?
I think it's just Silver.
Yeah.
My buddy. Come on, buddy.
As you're also trying to hold your mouth open.
Buddy, no!
Oh.
You feel your vision goes a bit blurry, and you kind of your head slumps back, and you'll see this shard is sort of in, sort of out in the roof of his mouth. It's healed. It's been healed by the spell, but it's not quite getting in there. As you see the crystal ball on her table floats up and towards the middle, it turns to this purple color matching the spell, and you all see the threads becoming thinner and thinner as if they were stretched and stretched, slowly getting thinner. Silver is pale white in his skin.
Is he bleeding again?
No, he's just about to pass out.
I'm going to try. Wait. Does Bless cap up for saving throws?
It does.
Yes.
It does. All right. With my final spell slot, Jesus Christ.
Level 2?
I look toward him, and I attempt to do Bless before I describe it.
You're able to. Did you want to put anybody else under that?
Yes, I'll put it under. Let's see who else here seems like they're gonna have a rough time in terms of wisdom. Morgana, and Dario.
All right, that's the 3. I think.
All right,
you get a level 1, right? 3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
get 3.
And a faint red tendril reaches each of you, and you feel bolstered.
All right.
Okay.
On that sound of fate, so there's one more round of this ritual becoming thinned. As you see these coming down from the ceiling on these like spider webs.
Reloading.
You see these large arachnids
Please no.
with puppet heads on them.
Oh!
Look up with little X's stitched over the eyes. They all... You notice something. One of it's a green burlap with little prongs on the front. One of them's dark-skinned with dark hair, like a purplish skin matte burlap. One of them's pale white, dark hair, cut short. And you realize, oh, these are voodoo puppet heads of you. Why are these here? Oh. And as they come down, these spider things take their head off and begin It doesn't come out of the thorax like a normal spider. Out of the tips of their legs, they start stitching and creating the silk and forming some sort of voodoo puppet facsimile. And it's entirely off-putting to see this happening. I need a wisdom save from everyone, just as the absolute sheer creep factor comes in.
Okay, so
Morgana
it's
was turned around to
Yeah,
expose her
those
mark.
turned around, you're good.
okay,
I don't think it would affect Katira.
Okay, that's fair.
and
I honestly don't
Dario's
think it'd affect Andariel. She worked with Apther for years.
A good point, and Silver's about to pass out, so we can't really see it.
so and everyone who's blessed, just fuck me.
Yep, pretty much. That only leaves
Gary.
Morgana, and she's turned around. And Karen Thor, how do you think you'll deal with seeing a voodoo puppet of yourself being constructed by a headless spider?
Probably just a head tilt, because summer court.
Okay, give me a if it gives you a chill down your spine, give me a save. If not, if it's less than that, I'll let you slide by. So, you all watch these things constructed, and they get placed on the table as these arachnid creatures crawl back up into the ceiling. And you see these tethers start to disconnect from you and attach to the puppets.
I knew it.
Until the tethers have them linked, and their hands get stitched together by the hands of Winona.
Are you ready?
Until they're all in a
Bum.
circle. And as if she could get any creepier, you see what appears to be like a tall brazier for like a torch with a human skull on it comes out, and she places it on it like a crown. And then it slides back against the back wall. The orb slowly drifts back down to her table, and the room lights back up on her mirror. That wasn't so bad. And the spell
It was not.
You all feel the glass pulled out of your bodies, and they all fly back to those mirrors hanging towards the entrance and reform without a single crack. Now I must.
I got creepy orcs
No,
fingers through my
I was
in
just
my mouth.
They were, but now they're not.
She looks at you and goes, "You don't
This
look too
was-
good." Are you missing any HP still?
No.
Okay. She'll still put her finger out and like poke you on the head, and you feel the like about to pass out feeling go away from you. You know you'll no longer have any like disadvantage for checks or stuff. So she casts lesser restoration on you. That should do it. Anyway,
Was entirely bullshit. I say that in Elven.
being a hag, she speaks Sylvan. So
Katira knows what she said.
who knows if she heard or not? But she responds to you all and goes,
Oh no, he's
Well,
talking in
that's-
gibberish.
"That's the free part. Let's talk about curse management for you all. How much do you have to spend?" As she snaps, a curtain pulls up, and you see like like 3 tables of different heights with chests all like bustling with magic items, trinkets, ingredients. There's like a alchemist set that runs around it, like a force pull. She pulls it next to her, she slams into hers and wobbles a little bit. Let's start discussing. We'll begin with you. She points towards. I'm just gonna go in the order on the list. Katira.
I have 20 gold.
Let's see. In your curse presentation. By the way, I should mention that if you all look at your symbols now, there's a magical slash through the symbol. That slightly glitters a different color if you shine a light on it. Not completely broken, but it's disrupted partially. And, so you're trying to be able to blend in with it more and avoid it. I think I could do something for 20 gold. And she puts her hands out for you to hand it over for her to do it.
And I do.
As she closes her hands around it, she opens them again and they're gone. As if like a close-up magic trick. She pulls out a small satchel and starts stuffing it with some herbs, and you see she writes something on a small piece of paper and murmurs some words to it, licks it, puts it in the bag, ties it up, sews it shut. You see a little pulse of energy come off of it, a lime green color. Here you go. If you wear this around your neck, it should disrupt the effect of your curse. It's not broken, but while you wear this, it's basically not there.
Then I shall do so. Thank you.
It does take an attunement slot.
Okay, I will mark that down.
Who's next? And she
Which
looks over to
one?
the orc.
Oh no.
Aren't you a pretty one?
Likewise.
She points towards your chair and pulls it close.
Oh dear.
I see you've been cursed with immeasurable beauty, and you wish to be parting with this. I'm kidding. Obviously, you're horrendously ugly. But I try to joke.
Just a Giga Chad frog. It's just what he is. It's the Buff Pepe meme.
Oh. How much do you have?
So anyway, I look her dead in the eye.
I don't know why.
I have 11 gold to my name.
Hmm.
And a depressing backstory.
Do you have anything else you can offer for recompense?
Let me ask.
I looked at the fourth wall.
Anything?
Let's see here. I don't got many years left, so I know that you fail like that. I don't. I have. What does Karen have in terms of? Yeah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. He might have a firstborn sometime soon. Who knows? Give or take a few months.
Oh, kidding.
Go back to boiling that baby, huh?
I mean, would you like? I don't know. Apparently, I've been around town.
You
Would she
assume this
like-
is your first.
Would she like a deer spine?
How many of the deer bones would you like to offer her? Like, if
I'm offering this for Karen. For
Oh, thank.
she
Well,
takes the spine and wraps it around her like a scarf. 5 gold and you're covered.
Okay, so I out of character. I like how Karen Thor's offering her a bone, so I don't have to. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Pyro is contemplating his choices for a minute.
Look, if Karen's gonna lay pipe to be beautiful again,
I'm just saying,
that's Karen's problem.
once is an exception. Twice is a pattern. 3 times is a habit. Like,
Hey. No. She's not a sorceress per se.
well,
Quiet you. Quiet you. I don't have a thing.
where?
There's
Anyway,
God.
she puts around her new deer spine scarf.
I do have a thing. You had Helios, you had Cass, you had the doctor lady.
Look. I don't think she was a sorceress.
The doctor lady was
No, I
most
was
certainly a
talking
fighter.
about magic users because we had a wizard, a sorceress, probably a cleric.
Actually, orc lady was just a fighter. She was just really good at medicine.
Oh, thank God.
Even better.
Her
Oh,
magic
apparently,
lied elsewhere.
I broke the cycle. Praise me.
Her magic
For now.
were in those muscles.
Yes, sir.
The thighs.
Oh yeah. So she grabs over from her things, and she see the small little what's it called? The little mirror with like the like face powder.
Compact.
That's it, a compact. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. She takes out a little compact, scratches a rune into it with her nails. Takes a thread of her hair and mixes it into the powder pad. closes it and slides it over to you. Dab this on every morning, and you'll be a little less frightening. Oh, it also takes attunement.
Okay.
Next. She's got a big grin on now. Now she's 25 gold richer.
And a deer spine.
Yeah, she
It's fine.
slides over to Silver, pulls his chair forward with her creepy telekinesis magic. So,
You see?
bad luck around you. How misfortunate. uh,
Less fortunate for everyone else, not me.
hmm. How much money do you have on you?
15 gold.
Still a bit shy like your friend. Anything else you can offer up?
I mean, if let's see. Well, I only have willing to hand 15 gold. I do have an IOU from the order.
Oh, what kind
They
of
still
IOU?
need to pay. They still need to pay me. So whatever their payment for me is, it could be added.
Do you know how much they're paying you?
Do I?
I don't think so.
Freelance. Of course he's getting underpaid.
No.
Mercenary life.
Bruh.
Well, they don't work in IOUs. So if you don't have anything, I'm afraid you'll just have to come back.
I mean, fair enough. I don't.
How short is he?
5 gold.
Don't do it.
How about some deer antlers?
Her eyes go wide again. You continue to amaze.
I will give you a single antler for his 5 gold.
Why is your fucking
Make
antler
roll persuasion.
bullshit? Why is your deer bones so fucking
Persuasion, you say?
useful?
Yeah, persuasion to convince her from 1 instead, because she was expecting.
There's your
Oh,
persuasion.
do you? I'll take 1 for now. I've got a feeling I might get the other. She attaches it into her draping clothes like a shoulder pauldron, and it immediately like chars black.
Hey,
Literally
y'all gave
gearing
me
up his
shit
hag.
for taking deer bones.
It
Y'all
works.
Give you shit at once.
I
Careful,
didn't
Connor.
give you shit. I
You
wasn't
weren't
there.
You weren't there.
It
for
works.
shitlib.
Selling creepy shit to a hag is fun. Who's next? And going down my list again.
But wait, did
Oh,
she
right,
actually
the
hand
thing.
me anything?
Sorry, I forgot to go with it. Forgot to
I
cover
was
that.
about to
She
get
just
ripped off again.
No, she just sticks her hand in your mouth. You're fine now.
Hey, you're good. Circle, circle, dot, dot,
Tastes
dot.
like
Now you
old
got
lady.
your cootie shot. You're good. No. So for your misfortune, she takes out a double-sided copper coin. His heads on both sides, and loops a string through it, and then she sticks her pinky in her ear and takes just a little bit of earwax out and smears it on both sides.
Oh god.
Ugh.
So we're just being violated.
Wear this.
Hag magic.
Yeah.
That's as disgusting as their faces.
I almost made it grosser on how you use it, but I decided a pendant was fine.
What were you gonna have him
You
do?
gotta
He
lick
said
it
it
like
in
a
his mouth.
lollipop every day. Oh.
You decided he's suffering enough after I
It's
stuck my
his
hand in
own
his face.
earwax and not hers.
Nope. Hers is the one that's magical. So she hands it over and goes, if you wear this, it should ward off your bad luck. Especially for the people around you. As for your own, we'll see. She turns towards the tiefling. Hello, my dear.
Bum, 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 bum.
To be honest, mine doesn't bug me that much, So you can go and move on to the next person.
Is there nothing else you want? I have magic trinkets, too. How much do you have to spend today?
I have like 30 gold.
A little bit shy of some of my figurines, but I could have some things done up.
I have 35 gold to be exact.
Do you
But
find
again-
yourself in dark areas often? With the
Oh,
need
quite
for
often.
light?
Not particularly.
Well, perhaps this might interest you still. And you see she places out a small metal sphere with yellow runes flashing on it, with pictures of the sun on it. It's a magical item that lights up dark areas. Particularly bright ones, too. I know you have...
Quite fine.
Alright. As a reminder, dark vision isn't night vision. There'll still be stuff you don't see in the dark if you're just using dark vision.
I don't have dark vision. I have devil sight.
Ah, never mind. You have ultra sight. Never mind, you do not need it.
She has God vision.
She places her claws around it like a claw machine, picks it back up, and stows it back under her table.
The claw!
If you change your mind, it'll be here, and I have a few other items if you'd like to browse.
Well, some of the gold isn't mine, so...
Interesting.
But I'm quite okay. I am...
At the end of the prospect for money, she is no longer listening to you. She looks over to Caranthor.
My god, it's like being with Apther again.
Oh,
And
man.
you, my lovely dear merchant. Slams you up into the table. Through your chair.
Someone's
What
yelling
can I
about
get
something.
you?
I have to go down again.
And she's like slowly tracing
Careful.
her fingers over your hand where the sigil is.
That curse does not bother me.
Maybe
I require no trinket to solve that. However, other items may be of use to me.
Careful, Chewie.
I have 3 more antlers to give you 2 full sets.
Interesting. Now, what are you looking for?
What do you have?
My menagerie is a menagerie. I am full of many things. It's just frankly what I find that day. She puts the drift globe back on top, as well as a potion of healing. I also... As she pulls out a larger bottle of healing. Special kind of healing potion. Does extremely more.
Do you have anything in the unseen section, particularly to not be seen? Stealth, if you will.
She looks over at Silver and give me an insight check. I'm afraid
Apparently not
I don't
today.
have anything I can sell of that nature. Perhaps some other time.
What does the insight check give me? That was 17.
You've been a part of a lot of shady deals before. This is a come back after closing hours.
Okay.
She said, dude, there's a fucking narc here.
Yeah, essentially.
Wait, so she looked at Silver?
Yeah, you caught a slight glance from, which is kind of weird because the mirror just kind of twitches a little bit towards him, and you picked up it's because she's afraid he's gonna narc to her parole officer.
Gonna snitch.
He just walked away. He just walked away, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Sadly. Let's just wait for him to get back.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there's only one more cursed
Connor?
person thing. Yeah.
Oh, no, never mind. Do the other
I just don't like doing things without him here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mind waiting.
We can wait.
I was
Okay,
I was
then
also just
Connor,
going to ask him if he could walk out for a few minutes while I did my deal.
Yes, Liv.
did you make a goddamn glass menagerie?
What's the glass menagerie?
I'm having a stroke.
I think it's a Kirk roll
By
thing.
Tennessee Williams. It
Oh,
premiered in 1944 and
Liv.
catapulted him from obscurity to fame.
Liv, dearest. None of us know shit about plays.
Or John?
I didn't know this.
What happened?
Liv's roasting me for supposedly continuing the trend of accidentally duplicating works of classic fiction.
The
That's
Glass
part of the
Menagerie is very, very well known.
Live,
It is a
live, live.
classic.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Live.
That's like a good place to set off some dynamite.
That's par for the course for Connor. Let's move on.
All I saw is it portrays a histrionic mother, which is histrionic is very a good descriptor of this hag. I
Which one
believe,
was it?
yeah, theatrical, melodramatic, yeah.
Like a
Last
fuck-
the last one is Morgana and her poverty coins.
Oh God, the worst one.
And as for you, and after she pulled you all close, you all are able to like scoot back on your own. She doesn't push you away. She slides you forward, Morgana, front and center.
Ghana wasn't sitting in a chair.
Oh, she pulls a chair behind you then, and unless do you really want to like try and avoid getting pulled by a chair and just walk up?
Yes.
Okay. I was wondering if it was going to turn into a challenge of dodging the chair, but alright. You walk up, and she looks at you and goes, "So, downtrodden by money, I see. Unfortunately, I'll still have to charge you the full price despite, you know, your condition."
Our condition does not tamper our abilities.
Good.
Andariel holds any wealth that we come across in our stead.
So you don't want yours disrupted?
We have no need.
Do you have a need for anything else? She gestures to a handful of magic items on her table.
We have nothing to offer.
Well, go ahead and look, see if there's anything you want, and if there's something you want, I'll just pay for it. I mean, it is your money, so if there's something you want, get it.
Morgana just shakes her head.
She takes out, "Not even if I could persuade you with, perhaps, this?" And she drops a robe, not a rope, a robe onto the table, with covered in a patchwork of designs.
What is this?
It's
Would I know what that is?
make me an Arcana check. As she pulls it up and holds up, you see there's a series of patches with different symbols on them.
Yep.
This
Called
is a robe of useful items.
Items.
You pull patch off, and depending on which one you pull off, you get different items.
Ooh, that's neat. How much?
For this one, we'll go for 35 gold.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it has its uses here and there, but there's not
Useful
always a
items.
guarantee that any of the items will be useful.
Or perhaps...
Well, you need to choose
I'll
which
give you
hat to
25
pull off.
for it.
Haggling with the hag. I appreciate the irony. Perhaps I could interest you in a higher ticket item that you could save and come back for. And she reaches behind her, and there's a small bronze safe that she grabs. As the mirror turns around, but her head doesn't turn. She grabs and pulls it forward. Under the table, she does the combination. Opens it. And she goes in elbow deep into this, like, 4-inch safe, and it is very clearly a bag of holding safe.
Safe.
Safe of holding. That's a better word for it. She reaches in and pulls out 1, 2, 3 small figurines. A small onyx dog, a small serpentine owl, and the third one, a small collection of ivory goats on a platform. These are a specialty of mine. They're captured animal spirits inside these effigies that can perform service for you for brief periods of time before returning to a state of rest. They're quite useful. The dog, the hound, helps with hunting and finding things that remain unseen. The owl, good at flying you or whatever you need long distances and before returning. And the goats are being looked up right now. Because I didn't look it up.
They're lawn mowers.
They'll eat anything you put in front of them.
Oh, I was right.
No, I was just playing along. I'm still waiting for it to load.
Damn.
These are figurines of wondrous power, for those
Yeah.
who are wondering. The goats are stacked on top of each other, rather, supposedly. And they have... Oh, they can work like pack animals, apparently, I think. Like horses and stuff.
Okay.
They have multiple functions, apparently.
Multi-use goats.
These are each 100 gold pieces. So they're a little out of your price range, but you know where to find me if you want them. She rakes her hands over them, picks them up, and puts them back in the safe before closing it. A little flash of magic covers it.
Fortunate so.
She places it back behind her. But if that concludes our business, I think it's time for me to close up shop. She gets up and flicks a finger. The curtains behind you pull back up to reveal the exterior. Safe travels.
We go.
Thank
as
you
you
for
go-
your
I shuffle.
have a lovely day.
You as well, my dear. And don't worry, I'll keep on to these puppets for good measure before sending them to the Order of Eldritch Fears next time they come to visit. You've no worries of them losing their enchantment for now. So, as the last person in the room walks by, the candles snuff out as you're walking, leaving just her glowing in the dark.
I'd like to stay behind and wait.
Oh no.
Do you all leave him behind?
We're allowed
No
to now,
need
so
to
yeah.
wait for him.
I
They got the
will
chamber.
I will be waving
We're
them off.
We're allowed to abandon him now. Let's go.
Okay. I'll say this. Does anybody try and stick with him or ask him what he's doing?
No.
No.
Okay.
Katira, I think, would have figured out that,
Give me an insight.
she's
check.
like, we'll talk later.
You don't ask the rogue what he's doing when he stays behind.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. She would have.
You assume.
You assume one of three things. One, something's being stolen. Two, illegal things are being
Yeah.
21.
You got
Or three, someone's dying.
It's like privacy.
Fourth option, but that's a form of payment.
it. So as you all
That's
leave,
usually the bard.
the doors close behind you all, and the sign flips over to closed as you see the curtains drop with Karen Thor inside.
Can we switch over?
To private?
Ooh.
Where's my sea
So,
champion?
$10 that he dies.
See, the last time someone tried to make a deal with a Fae, they turned into scrap metal after tearing out their own heart crystal.
Ha. So, you're there. There won't be Vexera in this chat because
Obviously.
it can't be in private or it breaks. So, looking for something stealthy to aid in your stealth, I take it?
Yeah.
And how much do you have gold-wise? It determines on what kind of item I pull out.
Well, I've got the rest of the deer antlers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got 20 gold on top of that. And maybe something else if I like what you're selling.
Well,
Something custom made.
oh. I am curious now. She puts up a pouch. Then slides it towards you. This is dust of disappearance. It'll help for a quick getaway if you're being chased. It's on the cheaper side of items. Should help you in a pinch. Runs you about 25 gold pieces. She reaches under and pulls out a large spiraling potion bottle. At where the very point of the spiral is the opening. She slides it and puts it on the table and slides it to you. And this is a potion of gaseous form. Similarly, in a situation where you've caught between a rock and a hard place, you can simply become gas and slide through, helping with the entry or the escape. And if you have something really good, I might pull out some especially high quality item.
Karen Thor put the custom deer bone thieves tools on the table.
Interesting. She twirls them in her fingers. I do like these.
Now, if we cannot come to an agreement on your stealth wares, would you happen to be in the business of enchantment?
Occasionally.
If so, I would like you to enchant those.
That can be arranged. What kind of enchantment are you looking for? Better their use?
Preferably something of bettering their use or hardening their material. Bone can be very fragile on the occasion.
It does tend to splinter. You said you had 3 antlers and 25
20
gold?
gold. 20 gold.
20.
And maybe a forgery kit for you. You
I'll
seem to
give
be needing of that kind of
I'll take
equipment.
all your bones, the gold as well, and I'll enchant these for you. And I'll throw in a potion of healing. Sound good?
Throw in the dust.
Make a
Not
persuasion check.
healing. I really wish there was a specific bartering skill.
Yeah, it is persuasion. It is
I
haggling.
know. Haggling, that's what I meant, yeah.
Yeah.
Persuasion.
Ooh. Fine. Deal. One hand grabs the potion, stows it under, and the other one puts the dust over to your side of the table. Do we have a deal? And she extends her hand for a shake.
Before I finalize this, I want to know exactly what you're putting on the bone.
Just making
tools.
them slightly better at their intended purpose of disrupting locks, making them +1, essentially.
Okay. You do a good job, and you may have a repeat customer for my less than legal items.
Well, as long as you can find me after hours and don't get me caught.
No, I would never.
Which I will add a stipulation to this deal that you don't share with anyone that I made these for you. You know, parole and all.
Oh, I am a man of career. I would never. Especially one willing to do such custom work.
Of course.
It is hard to get people to do work like this now.
Not in this city, if you know where to look.
Yes, well, I have
There's a lot
particularly
of
bad
things.
feelings.
There's a lot of things in this city that are more than they seem. But any more than that will cost you. More than you have. So,
Very well.
business first. Do we have our deal?
You will reach a hand across the table and shake.
A small green thread wraps around your wrist and hers, and as it clings on and flashes, the deal is struck. Take out your deer bones and the 25 gold, and you will see, following that same surge of energy, wrapping around your thieves' tools, there's small green runes now etched into them, making them +1, essentially. That you have a +1 to checks made with your thieves' tools. Not, if it does ever come up, not for artificer purposes. These are just for the purposes of using the tools, not as a spellcasting focus.
Right.
Just in case it ever came up and you had a question of it.
One. Okay.
And then you also have the Dust of Disappearance in a discreet bag that you can recognize, but otherwise just looks like a normal one. And if you're curious what she does with the antlers, she puts the other one, you see she takes off the one charred pauldron one and like clumps them together and begins weaving them into something, like tying twine around them and making something out of them. Do come back. And she snaps. Boom. You see the wind and rain start to blow into the tent. And remember,
I was gonna say one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
One last thing. Maybe not necessarily something for me to buy, in case you happen to be looking to acquire something while I'm in the city that you otherwise cannot get your hands on. I'm always in the business for work.
if you ever could find my talisman that was taken from me, let's
To
just
show me
say
what
there
that
would
looks
be
like.
I'll draw you up a picture, but returning it to me would be worth a handsome reward.
We'll see what I can do.
She slinks into the back as I put on the spoiler screen so I don't actually reveal stuff and look for where I put it. I'm going to put it in the loot folder, not in yours specifically. I'm going to reveal it to... Are you going to share it with everyone? And if so, I'll just...
No.
Just you? Okay.
Yes, for now at least.
Then it is going to be just in yours. Canthor, there you are. Is the Talisman of Tamir. And she describes to you what it does too.
Very Aztec looking.
Yeah, it basically, very Fae-esque. It can grant somebody their one true wish.
Hold on, no. Fae asks. Does that mean I have a way of tracking it, considering I am part of the Fae?
Could
essentially?
be. You do note that she mentions that unattuning oneself makes one immune to its effects. But it's just worth a lot, and so even though she can't use it, she can pawn it off for a similar item if she gets it back and get her things back in order.
Okay. One last question before I leave.
Mm-hmm.
If she may have an idea of who could have taken this from her.
Someone
like a
with
start.
enough skill to break into her hut while she was sleeping and not become detected. She didn't notice she kept it around her neck, and this was somebody skilled enough to get it off her neck and out of the place without her noticing.
Okay.
Other than that, she has no clue. And
scrying
she's not been able to try and find a way of locating it. But she's fairly confident it's not in the city.
It's not in the city.
She has told many a customer if they can get a hold of it, she'll pay an exuberant amount. And it's enough that if it was hiding in the city, she's pretty sure it would have turned up.
It will thank her for her work. And be on the way.
Goodbye. And as the curtain draws behind you, the door locks to the business. We'll go back to public.
8:30. I have
And
to
we're
turn it
back.
off myself. They're back.
Welcome back.
What happens at
My
8:30?
phone's combination lock in my sleep, so I can't use my phone.
Oh fuck.
So, where did you all go while Karen Thor held his 15-20 minute conversation?
Is it still raining?
Yes.
Back under the awning.
Oh, you just waited outside for him?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Karen Thor, you step out and your whole party is there waiting for you.
Our business is concluded here. We may go off.
Speaking of which, what now?
That's a good question. We are no longer linked.
Would it be prudent to search for the Hag's talisman so that she can fully break the curse?
That would probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
Well,
It
this
appears we
curse
have
doesn't
lost
really.
our chance to ask.
We can ask later. Is it late?
Yeah, it's now
It should be
nighttime
nighttime.
properly.
Damn it! Okay.
Close.
You all do notice something fun at night. Well, no, there's heavy cloud cover, so you would notice. Never mind, continue.
Fuck.
Can I look around for any thieves'
Aurora
camp?
Borealis.
Yes, you do still see that on the edges of the city, but there's something you might have seen in the sky if it wasn't overcast. And yes, give me a perception or investigation check, Karen Thor.
Okay, perception's definitely better.
Aaron dies of making a druid. So well, in cities he has to ask every 5 minutes for
I'm gonna message
rogue
you.
stuff, and in the forest I'm going to constantly match you. Wait, what the fuck? Callie!
Is there a direction?
No, it's the destination.
Okay.
So, yeah. Um, so, are you all looking to find a tavern for the night?
Yes.
It would be wise.
Yep.
All right, pulling back up my expenses page. So, as a reminder, how much gold are you all looking to spend for a night?
0.
You know, that's a good point that I just remembered.
Mm-hmm. And now you're out of money.
Yep.
I still have 5 gold.
And to be fair,
So
I believe. Well, I was gonna hang on. That math was gonna work. I was gonna say I believe, and Daryl covered your room last time, but that would mean that it was your turn, and you don't have any money. So never mind.
And Dario will look for a not expensive inn, but
I do have
not
one too.
trash.
A modest inn runs you a gold a night, which is like
She'll look
there's
for one of those.
okay, easy enough. It's just another
Yeah.
moon-based themed inn. Nothing too interesting. You step in, it's entirely average. You see, much like the other inns, there's like a gambling corner, although this one's not got anybody in it, and there's tables that are just the lights aren't on, the candles aren't lit. There's no band playing tonight in this one. It looks like the menu is like the off night where they've got like at the beginning of the week they make like roast stuff and it's like really good the first day, it's okay the second, and so you're like on the third day of the meal and it's the last day, so they're trying to sell as much as they can, so it's half price meals. And then
This is
tomorrow
bad juju all the way
Manager
around.
special out here.
Yeah.
This just feels like bad juju all the way around.
It's all right. I mean, it's very clear that they're not trying to like sell you. It's very clear to people with an okay wisdom that it's like, okay, they're trying to get rid of it. The rooms are a gold piece a piece. Nope, a gold piece
A gold
piece.
piece of peach.
My brain didn't like a piece a piece.
A gold piece each.
That's what that
Or
would be
you
the
could just say per person.
each is good.
Or
My
per
brain did not
room.
like it. Saying piece twice. Yeah.
Immortalize a gold piece of peach in the video forever.
Oh, it's in there. I've never stopped recording.
yes.
A gold piece of peach. It's a me. Anyway.
It's a peach.
So, you all can. Is anybody rooming together? Or are you all dropping gold?
Lilith will. I mean, not Lilith. Wow.
Mhm.
Ah,
Lilith
Dario
appears.
will happily bring in Morgana, and if Kat asks, she'll bring Kat.
Katira would point out that she had spent all of her gold on the curse dampener. And if someone is willing to share, well, I guess so. Katira, actually, thinking about it, so Katira wouldn't mention it. Katira would just ask at the bar if there is a covered area outside.
In the gutters, yeah, where the rain runoff hits.
The gutters where the rain runoff hits. That's not.
You're,
There's no
you're
like.
gonna sleep outside?
I have a winter blanket.
Oh god, you could just stay in my room. Jeez.
If it is not an inconvenience.
I mean, no. Not like you take up a ton of room, but you're gonna have to sleep on the floor.
As is usual for me.
Okay. Oh, there you go. You could stay in my room with me.
You have my thanks.
Morgana, are you?
Morgana's gonna be with us too.
Look, I can
You won't.
literally stand in the room and just quote unquote sleep.
Fun thing you notice, Andariel, about your arm, the prosthetic one. There's a lot more energy coming out of the seams currently. And like if you extend your arm all the way out, if you focus, you can have the plates sort of drift apart a little bit, or but they'll come back together. It's weird. It's never done this before.
Okay. She's gonna look at it and make a mental note to herself to talk to someone about that when she gets to her room.
Okay. All right. And as for everyone else, are they rooming individually?
Pyro's
I mean,
okay.
I could spend a gold and have a roommate.
Yeah.
So I will.
Karen Thor is broke now.
Even with
If
that
the
one vision.
even if those you guys go in, I'll share it with you. So I'm still gonna put a bag over the orc's face. I don't want to wake up to that.
Get the bag wet a little bit. Just wake him up.
All right.
Dang.
Unless Pyro comes back and objects, I'll have him room with y'all. Well, for waterboarding, yeah. I mean, it is raining. Just stick his head out. So, sleep will find you all
And
as
the
you
window
I
split.
well
still don't
creepy.
trust that magic charm they gave her. They gave us.
Interesting. Have you
Well,
not
he
put
has
it
to
on?
apply it every morning to unugly himself if he is ugly.
Well, we'll talk about what it does to him in the morning.
Oh.
Um. So, have
You
you not
still
put
have
yours
to
on,
apply it.
Silver? Have you not put the penny or not, the copper coin necklace on? You said you were suspicious.
I mean, I am suspicious. I haven't actually put it on yet.
Okay. It does require attunement, so obviously it wouldn't have it as its effect right now. But I was just curious if it was what level of suspicion you were at. Okay, so the night will find you. Your sleep will find you all perfectly
No,
fine.
she wants, and Ariel wants to talk to
Oh, right.
Chiasa about
Yeah,
this.
and we'll cut over that in a second. You want to go in private?
Nah, I'm not that worried about it. It's
Alright.
everyone. They're gonna find out, and I trust you guys not to metagame about it.
Yeah. Alright. So, as everyone retires for the night, you all all the girls crowd into the one room. And
And both Morgana and Kat are gonna be there, so.
yep.
Yeah.
So you
Chiasa.
and much as before, except this time all the plates kind of come off and like circle around this ethereal arm underneath. And almost like if you've seen like Cyborg Sonic Cannon, it kind of shift his arm. You kind of form that and
Yeah.
shoot out Gios. And she comes out and you see like a chill run up her spine with a literal spark run up it. Woof. This place is fun.
That's
And your
different.
arm goes back to normal position. Ooh, this place feels
What's going on with my
interesting.
arm?
It's. She's like tasting the air for a second. There's a lot of magic in this area. Karen, unless you object, you're in the room with Silver. He paid for it.
Thank you, rich man.
The air here is weird. It's just more packed. It's a higher density.
Spicy.
Why? Spicy. It's She touches her fingers together and there's a zap between them. Ooh. I wonder.
I
You know
believe
how-
that is what is considered static electricity.
Yeah, but it normally takes some more effort. I wonder.
Is this gonna cause problems for the arm, or is it just gonna continue to do the?
I think this is a good thing. I don't know what it is about this place, but it's just
It's a magical town.
it's like it's dialed up to 110. It's just it takes less to do more.
Oh,
I wonder.
well, I mean that's gonna affect you more than me, right? I mean, all my power's drawn from you, not from the.
I wonder if I
latent
can.
mana.
So you know how basically I can't really ever bring anything to you. I can only do this apparition form of myself.
Yeah.
And I can like minorly affect things too, but I can't like pull stuff from myself. I wonder if I can bring anything through. Do you need anything? I want to get you a gift. I'm gonna raid my closet and see if I can bring something through with me.
Sure.
Perfume, dress, like hair wrap. What do you want? Pins, earrings.
I could use some earrings.
All right, what style? I've got gold, silver, platinum.
Well, not gold. You'd never see it in my hair.
True.
Ooh, a horn band.
Ooh, that'd be pretty.
I do
don't
not
have
have
horns,
any of
though.
those.
Excuse
That's
me.
true. So there's no point in you having any. silver earrings would be nice.
Hold tight.
Yep.
She slides back into your arm, and it like bounces around like she's crawling around in there. Give me a spellcasting check as she tries to crawl through with it.
Oh, check.
Yeah.
So, -2. It's 15.
I'll count it. She squeezes through and is holding 2 small silver earrings with little ruby studs on them. They kind of hang a little bit. I figured it'd match your color scheme a little bit. And also, they made it through. She puts them in your hand, and they're solid. Like, they're out of her hands, and they're not just an apparition. Interesting.
That's different and neat. She will quickly put them on.
And they fit
She has
very
pierced
nicely.
ears, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, they look nice. They're very fancy. Like, those of you looking at it, they're very fancy.
All right, so that's definitely different.
I wonder what other rules are bent here.
Yeah. Is
So
there
it is-
anything you need to bring me for our little
Not-
mission?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Do you have like perhaps a painting of him so I know what he looks like for a change?
Is the him in question the...
The other Jin.
I'm messaging you.
Yes.
Yeah, I can get you one. Hang on. And you look, and one of her hands has disappeared in like a, Marty McFly disappearing from after rewriting the timeline. Say, oh, I think I stretched a
Oh.
little too far.
Yeah.
Try
let's
again
stop
tomorrow.
That.
Oh,
Yeah, let's.
My hand's perfectly fine. It's just the spell I used to talk to you is fading.
Okay. Cool. Good.
I think pulling stuff through puts a lot of stress on our connection.
Okay. Well, then we will do this on a irregular basis, so we do not risk you being injured.
Oh yeah, well, I'll be fine. I'm just worried if our connection gets hurt, really. But yeah, that's smart. Anyway, so I'm fading back and I'm losing connection. So have a great night, really. And enjoy the new earrings. They look good on you.
Thank you.
And she disappears. Back into the arm.
So,
And the extra rattling and shifting stops.
lots of magic in the area. Okay. I wonder how that's going to affect my magic.
It is
Anywho,
intriguing.
going to bed. What was that, Kat?
It is intriguing.
It is very intriguing, and I'm going to be taking notes and experimenting. But tomorrow, because I'm kind of tired.
Very well.
Do you feel any different? Are you magically inclined?
I am not.
Looks towards Morgana. What about you? I mean, your kind of entire body's magic.
I don't know, Captain. Do I?
Good
Would
question.
it be affecting a Warforged?
You don't feel any different that you recognize.
Can I take a quick look inside? Won't be as long as last time, and if it becomes uncomfortable at all, let me know and we'll immediately close up.
Phrasing.
She just
I was.
brings out her arms and opens.
She'll inspect it.
Lacking any real technical knowledge, you're unaware if there's any like higher efficiency that's running in Morgana. And you don't remember the exact brightness of whatever stuff was powering her, especially that central like heart area.
Okay.
But it could be.
Well, I don't see any difference. She'll like force the sections to start closing so she knows she's already done. So just keep an eye on it. We don't want you to accidentally injure yourself by using too much power or something. Okay?
We will take note of that.
She'll pat her on the shoulder. Don't overexert yourself. I'm going to bed.
For those of you who take a peek out the window before you go to bed, I'll give you a little bit as the cloud cover breaks up a little bit. excuse me, I'm hiccuping like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
You see in the sky, there's these little wisps of energy that kind of shoot and arc over the city and twirl and move about, form this beautiful dance of magic above the city sky. They seemingly fire out of this aurora borealis and spiral around and take a not linear path. They just twitch and double back on themselves and flip forward till they eventually reach some barrier. And then there's a dispersion of energy, and those ripple out, and usually they become a couple smaller ones of their own until they reform to get with another one and become bigger. And there's this little energy jumping effect takes place, and it's very beautiful. It's almost like seeing 1,000 shooting stars at night. And with that image, sleep finds you all, and you're able. Never mind.
Silver and Caranthor, who is BRB, so we'll see Cairn. Now that they're in a moderately safe location and the curse is not affecting them as much, he's going to kneel in the corner and start doing his evening prayers. And depending if you hear, he's muttering something under his breath besides his prayers.
Let's give Dom a minute to see if he comes back, because I feel like that's something he's nosy about.
Yeah.
Silver, did you want to try and listen in?
Not really.
Okay.
Just a bit of tinkering on my end.
What are you up to?
Is that me or him?
Him.
I send you a message, Captain.
Oh.
You can do it after their thing. I was just letting you know.
Gotcha.
What you tinkering with, baby?
Yeah, I'm just... Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just turning... Where are these items that I have?
I'll message you what I'm doing, Connor, and we can move on.
Right.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
We can move
worries.
on. Yeah, let's just move on. I'm just tinkering.
So, just the slight sound of tinkering and praying as Caranthor misses his opportunity to do anything. I mean, yeah.
Nerd!
He did it earlier.
Yep. So, rest finds you all as you wake up, and the next day, clear skies and hot. A complete turnaround from the...
Damn it. I
cold
need to get
weather.
the new baggy clothes.
Yeah, I forgot you canonically have a Hawaiian
It's
t-shirt and
also
cargo
very
shorts.
humid.
Yep, you're right by the sea. It's hot and humid.
Damn, it's Florida came to us!
Of course.
You could take the man out of Florida, but
What is Florida?
I hear
That's
it's
a
circle
place
of
where
hell.
everything's got a challenge rating that changes every minute.
I heard it's a level of hell in some circles.
A circle of hell, if you will.
Even so. So, you all wake up, are able to leave the tavern as I put on a new... the sound.
Put on Windfall Island music.
If I knew that was, I might.
Oh, buddy.
It's getting annoying of having to send him out and bring him back in. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you all start the day. Where would you like to head?
You already know where I'm going.
Should we take ourselves to the research?
Or I had gone.
Yep.
Can I be doing something slightly separate for a while before the party
We
wakes
don't
up?
have a tether anymore.
Well,
Well, if you're awake, you could see what
Depends.
Karen's doing, but that's
'Cause I only need to sleep. I only need to quote unquote sleep for 4 hours.
okay, so what hour of the night are you going? Right after the 4 or like 6, 7?
Right after the 4.
Right after the 4? Okay. Where are you headed?
I would just like to explore the city for any other Like
marks.
hidden any other hidden thieves' cant stuff.
Okay. Give me a investigation, as it'll take most of the morning to cover the city.
Are you sure it's not perception?
Investigation to hunt over the city and find these marks. It's definitely investigation. It's you're trying to rush and you just don't come back with any.
No, hold on.
Oh,
I just gotta double check what a card does really quick.
will be KB.
I just gotta figure out what the fuck card things are. Yeah. Never mind. The cards I have do not do what I thought they did.
Alright. So yeah, you unfortunately don't come back with any notable things. You don't find any others. The trails you do find lead you back to places you've already found, and nothing of import is spotted. So, as for the second thing, we'll go to the next person who woke up. Morgana. Was there a place you particularly wanted to go to?
I guess none of these places would specifically be good for what I'm trying to do, so I guess I would just go to... I guess the College of Arcane.
Well, you make your way to the college.
Would the
2
doors
hours
even
before
be
you.
open?
I mean, people are starting to wake up and go to classes early. The grounds are guarded, though, so if you wanted to try and slip in, you'd need some sort of business.
Shit.
Official floor business.
You have also now experienced a phenomenon that you didn't have when you were traveling with Deformity Cairn.
Aye.
You're catching a lot of odd glances of people, and whispers and murmurs. Eyes are starting to fixate on you.
Oh no, the diversion is gone.
Yeah.
Hello, young people. By the way, that's
love
a question
young-
I had.
We'll
Do
get to
the trinkets just negate the curses?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
So, as a fallback, you can go to the Arcanatorium, Morgana. And if you want to give me... Are you going to explain what you're looking for to the people there?
Hold on. I'll just type.
I don't know. I mean, just... You can answer, I think. Just... If you explain to them what you're looking for, they might admit you into their library, or not. But I will wait for the message in case it's more clear.
I've messaged it to you.
Okay. Alright, give me a persuasion check as you ask them for access to their information.
Ooh, -2. Yeah, that's about what I expect.
You plead your case, and they don't see any real reason to let you in and try and peruse. And your oh-so-patented silver tongue does you no benefits. So, then we'll jump over to when everyone else wakes up. So, those of you who have chosen to have attuned to your magic items.
Yep.
For you, Katira, as you're wearing the bag, when it goes into combat, it'll basically just secrete like this pungent smell from it. And the outfit that appears on you is made less ostentatious.
Awesome. Less
Yes.
Elton John.
Yeah. So it still apparates on you, but it doesn't cause the effect.
Okay.
Karen, roll me a charisma save. See if you're deformed today.
Yes.
So, you wake up ugly.
And 5 is too much. Give me the 4 now.
You tap the makeup on yourself, and covers you. You're still deformed, but you see the spikes and things have a less menacing aura over them. And while you still are deformed looking, you no longer cause the frightened condition to people who you walk past.
Now I just look like a spiky version of my Sea of Thieves character. Thanks, Connor.
Yeah, congrats. So that's how they work. They aren't breaking your curses, they're just kind of managing them. And then
Dulling them.
Tristan, did you attune to your necklace?
No.
No.
Like I said, don't trust.
Then your curse remains unaffected.
It only affects everyone else, not me.
Nice. Alright. So the day is yours. Where would you like to go?
I believe I had to look for some sort of family gathering.
Okay. Or would you like to inquire about this sort of information?
It's a good question. Looking in my bio and my notes. Moonwatch. Motherfucker. Me pull open roll anvil.
Mm-hmm. Big time. So while you're figuring that out, we'll jump to somebody else for a second. Does anybody have anything else they're wanting to do?
And Daryl wanted to go back to talk to the hag.
Okay.
Yeah, Katira will go too, because Katira wants to ask about, like, the talisman to see if she can try and find it.
Right. While Pyro's hunting for his notes, then we'll cut to you all going to the menagerie. You go and it's opened.
I will not be joining them.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a fair point, Morgana. Until you hand them back the wrong coins and go, "This isn't what I paid you."
That's why it's in the bag, and I don't leave their sight until I give it back to them and leave the building.
I mean, to be fair, it's a very con artist movement. Oh, can I buy this? Actually, I changed my mind. Can I get this back? For them not to check the bag, or at least that there's the right kind of coin in there. Would be a bit stupid on their part. But you all make your way to the menagerie and open it. Inside there is Winona, and she sits upright. Ah, friends, come in, come in. It's just starting to get things prepared for the day. And she pulls over her trinkets table back to her. Come, sit. Two chairs waddle up for you to sit in.
Hello again.
Hello. What can I help you with?
I was actually hoping that we could help you.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Well, to be honest, by helping you, you would be helping us again. We would like to help find your trinket or your whatever it was,
My talisman.
so you could properly break the curse instead of just suppressing it.
I suppose that will work. That would be definitely enough payment. Would you need it? How good are you at tracking things?
Me, personally? Terrible.
Your gang.
But I imagine someone in our group would be decent at it. Maybe Karen Thor. She'll look at Cat. Perhaps you? Are you good at tracking?
Karen Thor's not there.
No, she said Karen Thor, but she's looking at Cat.
Okay.
Oh.
And she asked Cat.
Olivia is assuming it would be a survival check.
Would it be for specifically like in the wild hunting or tracking people?
So
It depends on how you're tracking. So if you're like trying to like ask around and like say like, hey, have you seen this person so and so? That'd be a bit more charisma based.
I'm good at gathering information from people, but actually following them in the wilds, that is definitely beyond my
I have a
skill set.
bit of experience in searching for things. It is not my greatest skill, but I do not believe it would be out of the realm of possibility for me.
Well, let me draw up one of my a paper for you. You see, there's a stack she has of her trinket, just like a wanted poster. Size it over to you. This is my talisman of Tamir. It was a blessing given to me by a priestess who was passing through town. Its function was to give the wearer guide them to a path for what they truly desire, and if weak enough, it could provide itself that boon. I had augmented it to be able to handle the capacity of formulating a coven, and it has since been taken from me. The person who took it was able to slip in the middle of the night when I closed the shop and take it from around my neck, and then disappear without a trace.
That is dire indeed.
Unfortunately, even if you do recover the talisman, I won't be able to use it, as the nature of its enchantment is that once the user doffs it, they are immune to its effects. But I will be able to trade it for similar trinkets that will give me the power boost needed to perform my duties, but it won't be an instantaneous payoff, as you might have suggested. But
How long would
in
that
theory,
take?
How long would it
How
take?
long would that take?
Hard to say. With the right price, you can get anything sent here fast, but I'm still trying to find buyers. I don't have the kind of money on hand to buy a new one outright yet.
So you have Prime.
Okay.
By the way,
And do you have any idea who took it?
I have an important point of order that I forgot to mention when you were here before. Did somebody take the scroll back from her?
Yeah.
No, nobody did.
Nobody said they
We
did.
never said that we
No,
did.
no one said they did. All right.
So,
Even though you handed her the scroll.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
if I knew that you guys handed her the scroll, I would have asked for it back.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to wait for Tristan to get back.
He was here.
Who
for
was
that.
carrying it?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't here when I handed the scroll over.
Yeah, I wasn't there when you handed the scroll over. I came into the part where everyone was getting stabbed with glass.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That is true.
we'll have the scroll back then.
It'll be
back
probably
in the
back in
scroll
your
case.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in my bag.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would have asked for it back if it
She would
was
have easily given it back, but if you had forgotten to ask
Yeah.
for it, she definitely would have kept it.
Okay.
As an FYI.
Respect.
Yeah.
So, as far as those kinds of powers come, I'm not allowed to form a coven or form rituals with multiple people as part of my parole, otherwise I could do it now. I need
What
some
if someone
sort of...
volunteered to help you?
It's still, I can't participate.
I am a warlock myself of middling power, but I do have some.
To form a coven is a strenuous process, and would take a toll both entering and exiting it, that you could recover from, but it would take some time. And I don't mean to say this rudely, but your compatriot, who your letter recommended highly of, is the most likely to rat me out to his superiors that I've broken.
Which is why we would
my
do it
parole.
when he is not here.
Would you be willing?
And she does kind of look around and go, as you see, he is not here.
And how about you? And she looks at Katira. Would you be willing to omit certain truths from your ally?
I have been a soldier. I understand what it is to withhold necessary information.
I like that answer. Well,
I simply don't trust him.
as one should be trepidatious. Although, for credit where credit
Although I do have other questions for you about his order. Being a warlock myself, he knows this, but his order does not. I do not trust them because I have been persecuted my entire life for what I am. Not a warlock, but a tiefling.
Of course.
She raises up her arm. I am missing my arm because of it. Should I trust him more, or should I stay?
Well,
how would you react?
In my experience, every customer is a new experience, regardless of their past. There could be 1,000 bad apples, and a one good apple shouldn't be spoiled by it, usually. But You can see
That
that
is
in the
not
situation.
how the rod of apples works.
It's not, but as a businesswoman, I don't have the luxury of pickiness. And you can see what position I've been placed into, as per
Yes.
my hagness. Although, to their credit, they did save me. I was not willingly turned into a hag. They did save me from the ritual that would have bound me to their coven and their will. They were unable to stop the hag transformation, but they did stop that. However,
But
being
they do
imbibed
treat you
with
like a
those...
criminal, even though you've never done anything wrong.
Well, I wouldn't say never.
Hmm.
I did have a slight hiccup in my history that made them suspicious of me. But that's information that comes at a price. But they did save me, even though they do keep me on parole now. There are worse fates, I suppose, such as what happened to my captors. And she gestures over to 3 skulls on a single spike in the corner.
Yes. But
They-
this forming a coven with you, would it grant me any extra powers?
For a time, we would
For a
share the
time.
same pool of power, and
Hmm.
it would leave us vulnerable to attacks from each other, magically based, and to be frank, I don't want to be outnumbered 2-1 when it comes to sharing that kind of power, so I would need you to enter into a formal deal to submit your portions of the power to me until...
No, I doubt my patron would allow this.
Then I suppose you must find someone else who's willing to enter into a coven secretly. And then
I have no
later
magic.
dismantle it.
I would give what I have.
I'm afraid I do need a fully realized magic user. But
There
You
are
can
only
also-
2 of us in the party that are full casters.
you can always exit the coven afterwards. There may be
No, I think that is a dead end.
Alright.
But as for your trinket, do you know of any way of locating it, perhaps?
I've tried finding it around the city and I haven't found any. There are certain cesspools of individuals who like to scurry between and past the checkpoints in these cities who might have a better grip on illegal substances moving about. I don't have the best history with them, usually. Some people get pissy for stealing things from me, then getting a curse, and everyone blames the witch.
Yes, I know that. I know that. Alrighty.
So,
What does this trinket look like?
it is, and I will share the handout. I'm just going to share it to all players now.
Okay.
It is a handout.
It looks
It is
about
a
like...
NFT. It's a picture of a monkey, you see.
It's
My
specifically
ape.
owned by me. I don't know how they stole it from me, but the criminal must be stopped.
Right click.
No, the die us in. So basically, the TLDR of that is what I said. It guides you to normally the standard talisman just guides you to what you desire. If you want to be rich, it might lead you to a pot of gold or a
It's
company
the
that offers money.
compass.
But she's
Pirates
augmented
of-
it to actually be able to deliver on some of those gifts in and of itself, which made it
Tell
extra valuable and one of a kind. So
Tell me, Mr. Beckett, what do you desire most?
to get my fucking money back. Yeah. So that's what it does. And as per the ending of that, if you take off the amulet and unattune to it, you are immune to its guidance, as it's designed to guide someone to their thing and then be passed along. As Tamir is a god of stories, and it's meant to lead you to your story and then help others on theirs. And was slightly warped by the hag to kind of cheat her system.
Have you any knowledge of who?
Yes.
I know that they were able to sneak in here, so I assume that they were of a roguish persuasion.
And given the trinket's quality, we could simply ask around for someone who has suddenly gotten their life's desire.
I have asked around town and nothing's come up for me, but you're welcome to. You might be a bit more persuasive than I am.
Yes.
Have you any desire to know the identity of this person should we uncover it?
Mm, it would be a nice bonus, especially if you could deliver them to me, but I care mostly about getting what's mine back. The person is inconsequential. They'll have their reckoning.
Alrighty.
Very well.
But that said, I would offer a fairly good price if you brought the culprit back. Alive.
I make no promises on that, Mark.
Okay. Just, I don't pay for corpses, unless they're good for magic. And she gestures over to the deer antlers that are now strung up into some sort of array. There's a, you see that some of them are like coat racks and there's mirrors hanging off of them, one set. And the other one, they're turned outward and it's been turned into like a great club with a like a skull of a deer embedded in between it. With like the
It
horns.
is useful.
Yeah. Indeed. By the way, if your friend's curious, I am making it into a weapon if any of you are in the market. Or in the market for any other items, you know where to find me.
Of course, we will keep you in mind whenever we want something of magical nature.
And before you leave, I need to strike a little deal before we can continue business.
Okay.
Nothing more than that you don't reveal that I've been discussing activities that would break my parole. And she puts her hands out for a shake.
She'll shake it.
Understood.
You see a little green ribbon of energy wrap around your wrist and the Hags as you shake, and the deal is binding. Good. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to our business.
Yes, of course.
We will do what we can.
Now, back to my breakfast. And she takes out a bear skull that's been turned into a soup bowl.
That's adorable.
Out she goes, and
Yep.
and Dariel's instantly going to start looking around town for thieves' cant to look for a underground trading black market.
You see a
of a
shuffling
such.
green old man just walking around.
So give me an
Hello?
investigation check.
Suddenly, Karenthor appears. I already tried it.
If she finds thieves' cant, would she be able to point it out to me and basically say, "Hey, this is what it looks like. Can you look for this?"
It's less that it's a ordained set of symbols. It's
Chicken scratch.
Thieves' cant is meant to be seen and not recognized unless you know what you're looking for. So she'd have to explain basically the whole thing to you before you could pick up on all of it.
It took her years to learn it.
Yeah. And sadly, you are unable to pick it up. Although, I will say, you do spot one mark on the menagerie as a destination point. You see it's bound up. There's a series of, the cloths she has inside. They're folded in such a way to make the symbol on the wall.
Outside, she'll see it and go, "Oh, she's a fence," and just starts moping around town.
Yep.
Looking
so you spend
for
a couple
anything
hours looking for them. You do bump into Karenthor at some point.
All right. Well, she knows that Karenthor also knows the language, so she'll ask him if she's found anything.
I've been looking since early this morning. There's nothing here regarding underground trade.
Unless not that it's not here, we're just not noticing it.
Or unless you're going to the menagerie. That seems to be the big one around here.
She's a fence, so she won't give us any information without money.
I believe that I understand that you are speaking of a different kind of fence than the barrier.
Yes, she sells stolen goods. Or
I
buys them.
understand.
She does both.
She cycles goods in and out of the economy, essentially.
Yes.
I understand.
Yeah. So.
We're done.
All right. Karen, did you find what you were looking for earlier?
There is nothing to be found out of the information I have, so I guess I'm going to wander.
All right.
No worries.
Where would you like to inquire?
Well, if I'm looking at the map, I'm going to wander because there's nothing in particular, but I'd like to eventually end up somewhere. Is that tavern or brewery? That's a brewery. Never mind. Probably toward the nearest like official looking building.
Okay, so right next to you is the bank, and on the other side is a thing that's described as Fane Industries headquarters.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend. Haha, pretend. I'm going to bring out more of my doddering old man and look for the nearest guard.
Mhm.
Hello, Sonny. Could you help a helpless old man real quick?
Yeah, what can I help you with, sir?
I'm from out of town. You see, I'm looking for a recently deceased friend's the family's family, and I need to deliver this to them. It was a very important article of theirs.
All memorials and buryings taken care of by the temple over by the arts
Well,
college.
I've walked all the way here from Steelwood.
Oh,
And I'm looking for. Do you know if there's any where anyone would be gathering? I heard from the chief cleric at their temple that there was supposed to be a family gathering of theirs here. Do you know where someone would go to look that up?
You might be able to organize at the arts college. They might. You can. I know you can rent out rooms for events there.
Oh, thank you, Sonny. You're such a big help. Could you tell me where that is?
Yeah.
I
So if you
seem
go
to have lost
down,
my glasses.
if you go down this way and you turn that way, and he gives you really bad in directions to get to the temple that you passed on the way into town and the arts college
Yeah,
associated next to it.
like 2 steps past the Walmart.
Oh, thank you,
And then
Sonny.
you
You're
should be able
the.
to see it.
Thank you so much. You
Yeah, no problem.
just a very nice whippersnapper. And I'll
Yeah.
just shuffle along
You take care. What a nice old
in
man.
an attempt to get there. He's very ugly though.
I
And
just
just
saw you like grab the edge of your cloak and like whip it like a Disney villain. Just thank you.
thank you, Sonny.
Slip into the
And
back
then
of his.
I'm gonna all right. And then I'm gonna shuffle along looking for the guild for aspiring artists.
You make your way to the guild, and there's up front a very well dressed receptionist. Hello, welcome to our college. How may I help you?
I was wondering if you were renting out any family gatherings nearby. I'm looking for a particular gathering of sorts, possibly Dragonborn.
She takes out a book from the desk and puts it on, then opens it. What's the name associated with the party?
I put on my absurdly large glasses and look at my bio. Yeah, Borvin. Borvin.
Borvain. I don't see a Borvain party here. Is there any other names it could be under?
Mm,
If you'd like to try and peek over and look at the list, give me a perception check.
with, I suddenly remember I'm actually supposed to be 6 feet tall. Perception check.
Mhm.
Hey, where's my perception?
I believe the name of the temple
Nice.
in Etherfort was the Dawnsworth Temple.
Yes.
Correct? I can go check.
Yes.
Pretty sure it was the Dawnsworth Temple, and there's a Dawnsworth party that has a room rented out.
Oh, it was the Donsworth Temple, so I believe it's the Donsworth party.
Oh, there is a Dawnsworth here. And did you want me to deliver that? Did you want?
It was personal. Could I just deliver it? It was an important request of theirs.
All right, I'll escort you there and have them
Thank you,
confirm that
Missy.
you're supposed to be coming.
Of course.
She
They were
steps out of her chair and
she unfortunately recently passed. She was such a nice girl.
I'm sure she was. Anyway, if
She
you'll
wa-
follow me.
And the longest walk of me just retailing with a bunch of bullshit or old man
With the most
tales. Just
tired 20-something elf.
oh. And I remember back in my day, people worked hard for a living. You know, you just
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
put your orc foot in your other orc foot, and you.
Absolutely.
When my technology used to make sense, now you can talk in a
Wow.
cup of coffee and it feels the same. Anyway,
It's so cool.
she's
It's not
dying.
always like this.
She cuts you off mid-story. She's like, this is the room. So if you hold
Oh,
on.
thank you, Missy. Thank you. You're such a.
Right. The door opens and you see there's a small gathering with a plethora of different looking races, all dressed
Oh,
in
crap.
clerical attire. Well, most in clerical attire, others in common clothes. They all stare and look. You have a visitor who claims that he's here to see the Donsworth party.
Hello.
Is he on your list? They look at you.
I'm here to deliver something possibly for one of your members who recently passed back in Etherford.
Members? Where?
I believe it was one Dizor Borvain. She's unfortunately no longer with us.
Oh,
So
I'm so sorry to hear about Dazor.
yes,
Yes, we'll have him come in.
I'm about to be
Elfie.
murdered. I feel it in my bones.
He's
I
away.
love young people. Oh God!
The door's closed behind you, and the elf lady returns to her thing.
this lesson, old man.
The person who was answering calls you over to her table in the center. And goes, "Here, have a seat. How'd you know
Oh,
Dizor?
Oh,
It's a
I was-
shame that she's passed on. She was truly the light in all our
A
eyes."
tragedy. Hang on.
Mhm.
I think my two neurons just collided, and I've realized I've made an error.
No, it's too late to regret it now. Or, well, not too late to
Oh
regret.
yeah.
Too late to go back on it. So how
I
did you
sit in the
know
chair and I
her?
look.
I gotta switch out of the Valley Girl
Oh.
accent. That's not who this person is.
It might be in a second. Oh, you know, just
Sitting across from you is a woman, an
Mhm.
orc woman, with a slash over one eye, leaving her blinded, and old white hair tied up in a
How
bun.
old is she?
About on par with you.
Why is it always old orc people? You're trying to stereotype me. Oh.
The other one was young-ish. The other one was middle-aged. This one's sitting in the grave. You see she's got tattoos all over her. Around the table with her, there's a few other people in clerical attire. She's
Can I
also...
insight the vibe?
Sure, roll me a
Vibe
general
check.
insight. I think it's probably the vibe you're picking up. Yeah, it's whatever. They're just asking you about how you know Dizor. I mean, you are a surprise guest coming to the reception, so it's a fair question.
I only know her tangentially. Was supposed to deliver a package to her.
Oh, who from?
You would know her. She's a similarly estranged person she knew.
I know a
It's
lot of
just a personal
people.
favor.
Go on, lay it on me. Worst I can say is I don't know.
And looks up her new character sheet. There we go. Put her right here. Lovely. Well, in for penny, in for an electric piece. Opens up bio.
Really?
I said it and I regret it ever since. Let's see here.
You did go here alone as well. That was a choice.
Ah, yes. It was a choice I made. And I'm
choice,
probably about to. It was just a nice old another lady, you know, let me stay at her church for a bit.
Oh, what was her name? She's really pushing for the name.
Memory's not what it used to be. It could have been something along the lines of
Make?
Dagna. No.
Oh, Dagna. Do you remember her last name?
Where the fuck is her last name? I don't, is it not written? Is not written here? Hang on. Ah, crap! There it is. Sorry, mate. Again, you know what it's like. Like the big 36. You know.
Maybe don't talk to Orc about her
Vilitharin,
sexuality.
Valindra, Villithane. There we go, Villithane.
And you say Dagna Villithane, hmm?
I think so.
Oh, I think I know her. Well, a friend of Dagna's a friend of mine. Here, would you like a snack? We can catch up. You said you were delivering a package for us. Go ahead, roll insight.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
She seems above board. She's been cheery disposition. Nothing too irregular has happened thus far. Would you like any snacks or anything as we talk? I'm curious.
No,
Are you delivering the
couldn't.
package to me on her behalf?
I'm unsure anymore. I was told to take it to Dizor, but
Well,
the unfortunate circumstances, fire.
I think I'd leave it up to me then. She puts her hand out for the package. And what was your name?
Corinth. No.
Dom would
Karen.
have Kool-Aid man through your wall.
He's sick. It's the
Peering
last
at
thing
the
he'll
door.
do.
You
You
called.
know he still has the power even when he's sick.
You called.
That fucking shout from Skyrim that lets you jump forward 30 meters, but Dom just yells it really loud and jumps from Maine to North Carolina.
Why do you call? I'm still ugly, Karen, right? Ragnak.
As a reminder,
Rag.
this is how you looked when you were at the other temple.
Yes.
You
And I
do
believe
recognize some of the...
Yeah, so I believe I introduced myself as Ragnak there as well.
You did.
Yeah. My name is
Ragnak.
Ragnak.
Give me a deception check.
Ah, yes, my infinite charisma. No, let me just make sure that
I can hear people checking their inspiration cards right now.
But just please look
Nah,
at
I'm
look
pretty
at my
good
arm.
on letting him hang himself out to dry on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Katina
I have
here. She can't help.
I have no cards.
Oh, I can give myself an extra reaction. Great.
That'll be useful.
That'll be useful in a couple seconds.
Barroom blitz.
A 0. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, this is the check that you were trying to make it to not be ugly each day. So we know it's
And
good.
a 1. And a 2. And a
And get fucked.
New World
That's-
Order, motherfucker.
That's the wrong...
God
That's
damn
the
it!
wrong
I
one.
misclicked. Whore of Babylon.
Wild
Horn.
on you.
Yep.
Oh,
I
and you
reached
know
for
it
the
doesn't
skies
count.
because it doesn't count. So
Nope.
here we fucking go. I ruined it.
Oh, you'd need some
It's the
crazy
same-
luck.
It's the same stat. Come
Nope.
on.
1 in 400.
Fuck yeah.
Fives in the chat, everybody. Fives in the chat.
Oof. An inverted 2, that's the real secret here. Oh. So, have you produced
Yeah.
the package to hand it over to her? I'm assuming you were handing the package as you were saying, I'm Ragnar.
Nothing was fucky on the 18 insight.
No, everything seemed fine so far.
I would have no reason to distrust them.
I mean, other than the hesitations that you're having in your person, you aren't dissuaded from those hesitations that you're having, is what I'll say. You still feel hesitant, but you haven't caught anything that's outwardly suspicious.
You're like, this feels weird, but I don't know why.
Yeah, the feeling you have currently, Pyro, is
what sort of snacks am I seeing around?
there's just like a table of food that's in front of you, like crackers, cheese.
Are they all particularly pale? Anything like that?
The people in here? No, not necessarily.
And is it anything on my passive perception going off? Any markings on them?
What's your passive perception?
16.
16.
Weak sauce.
I mean, you just notice kind of with that there's the Dawnsworth Temple, a garb that you recognized. There seems to be some people from a handful of different temples.
What gods?
Well, the temples are devoted to multiple, so you're not sure which ones they might be devoted to.
Yeah, you're
But
not wearing
you don't see any that
anything.
you would recognize what's devoted to at them.
I got nothing then. I guess I'm giving it to her.
Okay. You sliding over, and she takes it out of your hands. She goes, "Thank you for delivering this to me, Ragnak. I really appreciate it. Should we open it and see what's inside?"
Sure, go ahead.
She produces a small knife,
And shanks you.
cuts the twine, snaps the seal.
Please be a bomb.
She's slow.
Just that this would be
Remember
the
all the
perfect,
sessions
perfect
you
gift.
begged not to have you deliver yet another bomb?
I really would like a bomb right now, please.
She peels it open, opens the box, looks inside, then she closes it back. Interesting. Whoops, that was to GM, so I'm not going to count it. That's
Rest in peace, this pyro.
See that box?
There's 2 of these, 1 and 2. Do those hit your AC?
Yes, of course. Well, actually, hang on. Is it
The
17?
23 doesn't hit, but the 17 sure does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it hit.
What's your HP at?
15.
15. Interesting.
Oh my god.
Let me just.
Pyro about to die.
There's a chance.
Behold,
And you
We're
almost-
gonna have
the
we're
Oh,
gonna have like
good.
5 cursed party members and 1 rando.
So, spell Guiding Bolt does 4d6 radiant damage on a hit.
Oh no.
Technically means the second one will be at advantage. Good, it wasn't a crit.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
as she slides it over to you, as you are focused on the person in front of you, behind you, there were 2 people holding their action to Guiding Bolt you, which I lowered your passive perception because you were focusing in front of you, trying to read all her body language. You didn't notice people behind you, which felt like a fair trade-off to read into her. And explain why you didn't pick up on people slowly producing holy symbols. As they
They're
hit...
also all clerics, like they have holy symbols.
Yeah. As you feel these guiding bolts hit you, you realize a couple things. One, Dagna never told you to give her name. In fact, she explicitly told you never to give her name in any circumstance.
Glad I wrote that down.
You did. You remembered it in the first few sessions, and then you dropped her full name and her relation to another person who she was estranged to for many reasons. And that kind of information can't leave a room. There's 15 damage on the first one.
Oh my god. He's unconscious.
As it strikes you in the back, as time slows down.
No, Morgana, you're fine.
Okay. As you're grabbing on the edge of the table, in the moments before the other one hits, you see this look in the person's eyes that says, this is not the first time they've had this procedure done. Is there anything you'd like to say as you're about to get hit?
Oh my god!
No.
Session 3!
For another 12 damage. So you don't instant die.
No, it should be. It's a ranged attack, so it's 1 failed death save.
But if it goes over his max, it's insta death. So if I
think
rolled
it's
15
all
again.
at once.
Once he's at 0, if that second one was also 15, he would have been gone.
Yeah, but it has to be all at once.
Right.
So
this
it's
one's
not
just one
like...
fail at the moment. But before you slip into that unconscious state, what would you like to say?
Any last words?
As she reaches forward and grabs your hair as you were starting to fall down and looks you in the eyes. Our kind know better than to share these kinds of secrets, Infiltrator.
I'm going to come back and bleed you like a pig.
You wouldn't be the first to try. And you feel the impact of the second one as you're starting to fade into unconsciousness. I need everyone else who's in the who was cursed.
So you need to roll a damage first.
Oh, that was the second one. Was the damage on that I got hit for the second one? I need everyone
Was
else
the
in the
12?
party to make a check for me. I need everyone to make
So
me.
the 12 was the second damage?
Yes. So he's got one failure. I need everyone to make me a charisma
Got one
saving
failure. Okay.
A
Charisma
what
saving?
save?
Yep, everybody but Karen needs a charisma saving throw.
Oh, -2. Oh.
Yes, no, no. And two more.
And the one time
No.
Morgana's
Oh.
not with me.
And Kateri, you're with Karen, Thor, and Andariel.
Yep.
So far, Andariel's the only one to feel it. And is the only one. So as you're walking, maybe it's because there's a more charged essence to here. As you're walking, Andariel, you see down an alleyway, you see Karen gripping onto the edge of a table and scratching the cloth as he drops to the floor. And suddenly, all the terrain's disappeared, and you're looking in this terrain you don't recognize. You're floating in the
Interesting.
ether, and you see Cairn becoming more and more blended into his environment. The purple miasmic terrain is almost absorbing him. And you look and you see all the other members who were cursed with you, as well as the 6 poppets that were used to give you more distance on your curse. Cairn. Mhm.
She's going to call out for Giasa.
Okay.
And
Your arm flashes up a little.
What
Where
is
is
it? What
he?
is? Where is who?
You all see her eyes are what they sorry, and Dariel's eyes are just like galaxy print over her eyes as she's freezing. Do you touch her as she freezes in the middle of the road? Like grab her hand or anything?
After not receiving a response, she would.
You're pulled into the same place as her. She did not hear your call before then. Canthor, are you following suit?
Seeing
Lord.
them both freeze in place, no.
Oh, fuck y'all.
smart man, smart man.
Katira, you're there,
somebody
and you
could
see
sneak up on us like
large
this, actually.
black feathery wings on your back, make you seem like you're floating in place.
Wait a minute. Wait a fucking
Actually,
minute.
wait. After a minute, yeah, Kieran Thor will
Oh.
probably try and push them off the street. So yes,
You give them a push to the side, and in touching them, you join them. You see, wrapped around Andariel is this light blue tether wrapped around her, as well as like a little mouth at the end of it that whispers into her ear. Karen, as you're fading into unconsciousness in a sort of dreamlike state, and what you heard describe as the last thing you see before death, you don't see your life. You see your party members calling out to you. Your mouth is already starting to be succumbed and you can't call back, but you see them and hear them. What were you calling out for, Andariel? As you feel Gias has heard you as your arm lights up.
Where is he? Take me to him. Guide me to him.
Your arm reaches forward for him, but you can't quite reach him. You're all about 15 feet apart in this space.
can I just step to him?
She'll try to move forward towards him, definitely.
You are attempting to cast a spell in this space. Interesting.
Technically not a spell.
I know.
I,
It's still
I
a
do
magical
s-
effect. And
Yes.
I do
magic.
like, try and say something as I'm losing existence.
you all do hear it telepathically then. What do you say?
Looks like I failed my family a second time.
As you try and teleport, and Karen Thor, you just place yourself over there. And you place your hand on him, and you feel he's dispersing. Give me a death saving throw, Karen.
All right.
That's a fail. Would anyone in this trance currently like to bear that for him? You will have
Katira
one
would.
failed death save until Karen gets back up.
Katira would do it.
So as you feel your body begin to shut down, Karen, what little threads of your cursed tether remain volunteered up. Katira gives some of her vitality down the line to you. And a surge comes to you. What another round of actions for people in the trance is what you would like to do. So we'll start with everyone but Karen. We'll do Karen last. Katira, and Ariel, and Karen Thor. What would you like to do in this pseudo round?
Figure out where the fuck he is.
Pretty much, yeah.
Give me a perception check to try and, or investigation.
I'll go with
Either.
investigation.
I'm going perception.
Okay. One moment.
Fixer?
Fixing it.
5x.
That's boss music.
Oh shit! Fight the Reaper! Oh no!
So, the first one's fine. I'll just use Andariel's action for that, because you all will still have yours, because that would have succeeded. You start recognizing the tables, and you peer through the vision, and as you force yourself forward, you can will yourself closer to him. And as you get up close to him, after demonstrating by Karen Thor that you can move in this space and learning that that's an ability, you will yourself forward, and you peer around the fractal, the splintered reality around him, and you see the inside of this auditorium. It's blurry, and you push, and you look around, and you see people. They gasp, aghast, seemingly seeing you push through here. And you see symbols on the wall that you don't quite recognize, but it's some sort of brand. You could look for this. You know this symbol now. You know where you'd be looking. There! You find it. There's a room number. You're judging by the space of this. You're looking at the buildings you passed. You're running through all these situations, and the adrenaline's speeding up your thinking. And you realize the College of Arts. That must be the only building I know of, unless it's someone's private basement, that could hold this. And judging by the decor here, it's a public place. Yes, Karen Thor.
Is this some sort of scrying, or is this an actual link to his actual location? Ask for a type of magic.
It's focused on him. The further away you get from him, the weaker the vision gets.
No, so what I'm asking, is this a scrying, or is this a link to him and the actual location?
This isn't a scry spell. This is much more personal of a connection, but it's based on your link to him.
Okay, I'm gonna say it straight. Can I use my Fey magic to essentially fuck with this and make essentially a portal and sacrifice something for it?
How would you make a portal?
I don't know. Fey magic's fucky.
Do you have a spell that normally makes a portal of some sort?
I mean, my Fey step's technically some kind of teleport.
But you've also already used that. Sadly. Otherwise, you might have had a case of stepping him somewhere.
I did say I wanted to step to him.
Yeah, you did. You Fey stepped.
Yeah.
Do you only get one use of it, don't you?
Yes.
So
I said to him, specifically to him.
Yeah.
Like all the way to where
this ethereal self is in the room next to Andariel. As you're poking through your hand on him. You didn't teleport all the way to him, but...
See, that was my assumption. That's what I was trying to ask. Is this a physical link to his location?
You can affect him
Fey
physically from this place, but you're not literally there.
That's why I was asking about the Fey step, because teleport to him,
Yeah.
phase through reality bullshit.
It's as if you were blinking in and out of the ethereal plane in his location. You can affect him physically, but your body is still where you left it. Almost astral projecting. That'd be a better description.
I want to leave this then.
What do you want to leave?
The fucking ethereal place.
Okay. To will yourself out, you kind of just tune out this pull. When you all tuned in, it was like you felt an SOS, like a panic attack was setting up. And you lean into it, and you were brought into this place. So in calming down and numbing your senses to it, you come back, and there your hands on the other two party members, and you're free of it. And Dario would have been able to pass along in her murmurings the building she thinks this is happening in.
Second question: since Face Step didn't do what I actually wanted to do, does that still count as for me using it?
Yes.
Okay.
Since that was your initial thing, instead of saying you tried to walk towards him, you tried to teleport?
I wanted to teleport physically to him, yes.
I'm still going to count
not how
it,
that
because
Okay.
learning new mechanic things. Learning experience. So, what else would you like to do on your turn?
Start running.
Are you going to try and bring your other party members with you?
If touching him is going to bring me back to that place, which I imagine it would, then no.
Nope. If you woke up with your hand on them, as long as you don't want to go in now, you're good.
Considering they're still
But
in
you will
there,
be
no, I'm
slowed
not.
down carrying them.
Considering they're still in there doing something else, no, I'm going to just start going.
Okay. You kind of just...
Use your bonus, your cunning action for the dash, and then dash
That's
again.
what I was
You
gonna
can
say.
haul.
I'm assuming
what-
you at least pull them into an alleyway so they're not in the middle of the road, and then book it. No extra movement needed. Or you just...
Yes, and I'm going to dash.
And you're able to do so. And being skilled in navigating over environments, you get there fairly quick. Katira, what would you like to be doing? You do see
And
the other
Daryl
members.
would tell her to go as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do see the images of your other party members who are not in this dream state if you wanted to go towards them. Katira, you are the only one not next to Karen at the moment. You're still kind of floating out in that daisy chain with those wings kind of...
But I saw Karen Thor leave.
Yes, you saw him step back, and then he jumped back to his position in line and went into the faded state like the others, and you assume that means he left this state.
Then I would also try and leave, knowing that I'm a speedy little bitch.
You wake up with him then and blink. You all both drag into arrow then somewhere at least out of the way, and...
Yeah.
How many times can you use your key points to dash?
At second level, that's what I
probably.
need to see. But I have 40 feet to begin with.
Okay, action dash will be 80.
I have, and then I can take the dash action as a bonus action on my turn.
But it does cost a
for
key
one
point
key
each
point.
time.
So I have 2
Yeah.
key points.
Did you want to burn those before
But
you
I
get to
have
the place
40
or save
feet
them?
to begin with, so
Are you wanting to spend any key points for the dash bonus?
not yet.
Okay, so you're running, you're running slower than Karanthor because Karanthor is
Yeah.
action bonus action dashing.
Yeah, that's
They're-
okay. My main thing is I can at least keep him in my sights with 40 feet of movement or 80 feet of movement, because I can
you're a
dash
monk.
as an action.
You mean
Yeah.
if you wanted to like run on the buildings, like crawl up and like avoid bobbing and weaving, because
Yeah,
it doesn't
I'll
affect
parkour.
Karanthor because he's used to this kind of.
What, acrobatics?
If you want to like get up to a rooftop where you can run.
Oh, fuck.
You try and climb up, and from the rain before you put your hands on the edge and
advantage. That would be worthless.
That's very bad.
Oh,
fall
I
flat
had
on
a
your ass.
dex. I had a dex card, but
That's
It-
okay.
it-
It's
it-
too late.
it's not gonna
It's
do anything.
alright. Wouldn't have helped.
So
I appreciate it.
the other members who aren't here, Silver and Morgana, if you want to try, you've got that feeling still, and as you're doing it about your business, give me another charisma save. And you feel this
asking
pull
me.
somewhere, and it's unnatural,
Much
especially to you,
from me.
Morgana. You don't know what this is. That's a save. That you got it. And then Silver. Unfortunately, just shy of it again. Morgana, you now find yourself in the space and see all that's happened. And you see it as if this ethereal version of yourself was listening. You get a quick, almost Cliff Notes version of what happened. You see like the after images of rushing to Cairn, seeing the place, them leaving, all in a fraction of a second. As if this version of you had always been listening, and only now could you hear the memories. And you see Silver 15 feet off from you at the end of the line, still in this ethereal state like the others. And you realize he's the only one who hasn't been able to get in here. Or you can try and go and move all the way over to Cairn.
So where is Silver at?
He's
Like
further away
physically?
from Cairn. He's, I believe, still in the tavern because they didn't give me a place where he was going yet. He would have been what happened next on the list, but things happened. So,
Yeah.
Where would you have ended up? Do you think?
I said jokingly that Morgana would just be sitting around in these trees areas, just
Okay.
looking. because she has nothing to do.
All right. I meant silver. Where do you think you'd be
Oh.
silver at this time if you
I
got
was actually going to go see about finding an area to. Well, I was going to ask about how my background item would work. I'm supposed. This supposed to allows me to have a contact in any city I visit
Interesting.
to give information.
Normally, I'd say if you wanted, you could have gone back to the hag and try and use that ability there, or find somebody else. Would you have chosen?
Yeah, I
somebody
was
else, I'm
thinking of
assuming?
finding. Yeah, I was
Okay.
probably finding someone else.
So for next session, shoot me a reminder that we're going to pick up after this thing's settled, and do a little rewind. That you going and finding this person for your contact. So you will have been in this hideout area, meeting a person, an informant. That's the word. Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be what happens after we handle what's happening to Karen. So, those of you who are sprinting, I'm going to give you 3 rounds for Katira, 2 rounds for Karen until you make it to the Arts College.
And Ariel would, on her next turn, break out of it and do something.
Okay.
How long is it gonna take?
We've
me
got
to
one
get
more
there?
action.
I'm
Karen,
fucking far.
you feel yourself still held stagnant at that level of draining, and you look over and there's only one person left in here to absorb blows for you. That's 1 success. Luckily, nobody had to eat any for you. You currently had 1 failure, right? From the blast?
Yeah.
I took it. Oh, he has the one from the attack, though.
And the in real life version.
The one that he rolled, I took.
Mm-hmm.
Should I mark failures or not?
I
You
marked
have
that
2
one.
currently coming at you as you are stabbed in the chest. And dropped under the table. There are 2
He's dead.
failures. And Dario,
That would be 3 failures if he already had
That's
one.
3.
if Andario wants to
attack.
take any, there's-
And Daryl will take both of them because it produces 2.
So
So
Karen,
how many
you're
failures?
currently on the table under the table with 1 death save fail. You appeared to the people around you to be dead. They think you have gotten your 3 failures, but you are holding on to this tangential tether to the material plane. By the one that Katira held for you is still with her now, but nobody can absorb it for you if they aren't here.
Right.
So Morgana could also have taken that if Andariel didn't. Or you all could have taken 1 of each.
I just took both.
And if you do get 3 in this place, you will still die.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm at 1 failure right now.
Yeah. And
Okay.
brushed under the table. So they won't be stabbing you anymore because they think you're dead, but you'll still be rolling. Okay? So, next round, you all run. Karen Thor's 1 out. Kitcher is 2. What are you all in the lucid space doing?
Can I tell that
absorb
Morgana's in
save.
there with me?
Yes, you can see her ghostly silhouette is now fully realized.
Look at Morgana and say, "Stay here until you can't take any more hits for him."
Morgana
I'm
has a large it's weird, her form's altered here. You see this green light emanating from her that's brighter than usual, and you see there's like these wrappings of vines and twigs that cover her, and there's an oaken mask that covers her face with eye slits, but you still see the metal working underneath. You've never seen her like this.
We'll deal with that at a later time. Stay put. Absorb any blows for him that you can. Once you can't absorb any more, head towards the college. That's where he is. And she'll break out. She'll use thaumaturgy to shout out as loud as she can to Silver, telling him just, "Silver, head to the college." And then she's going to take off herself.
So you can boom your voice extremely loud with thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check though, Silver. See if you're able to hear this.
Yay.
It's
You're-
very loud, and
You're
it's
throwing me under the bus, though.
we'll see.
You can mow this
Wiz-
loud.
Wisdom and
Wisdom for my
charisma are my worst stats.
Oh, buddy.
Charisma is my worst stat.
Common sense is my worst stat.
You're in a stone building, and the sound does not carry into you. So, this next round, you do get to make another check if you wanted to try and fall into that state. Another charisma save, DC 13. I'll reveal now, because you just missed it again. But you can do that this round as well. And I think everyone's done a thing after that, because 2 people are just running. And then when we start the next round, Karen Thor will have arrived at the college.
Can't Karen Thor get there this round?
You know, like this, when we start the next round, you will be there.
Oh,
So, like, you're coming up to the steps now as we're changing over rounds.
okay.
Yeah. So, Silver, if you want to give me another charisma save to see if you enter into the state, or if you just or if Silver has decided that he doesn't really want to give into this panic attack of a feeling. It's up to you.
He'll probably give it at least one more go.
Alright.
If
It does feel
something
weird.
feels off, he'll try to figure out what's making him feel off.
Okay. Give me another charisma save. Chances are you probably think there's just something funny about. Ooh.
Hey!
As you were like leaving your fence for a second, you kind of take a seat as not your fence, your informant. You feel a bit lightheaded, and then you hear the echo of Andariel's words as if it traveled through the lucid space. And your eyes open, and you, much like Morgana had, you see an afterimage of everything that just happened. You're caught up. And there you are, in the midst of, oh god, there's a fire. Everything's on fire. Next round starts.
Fine.
Karen Thor, you make it. Katira's a little bit behind. Will be right.
Everything that's fine, dog, but he stabbed it under the table.
Is the door open?
It is.
Or is it
I need you to make a decision. There are
Okay.
2 hallways to the left and 2 to the right. He's in hallway B. Do you go left or right? Because I'm assuming you're not stopping at the front desk lady to ask, hey, what is it? Where is this?
Yes, I will actually stop and ask.
You run up. If you take too long, it will take your action. So, what are you
Okay.
yelling as you're running in?
Where's the auditorium?
Where's Auditorium B?
Yeah, auditorium.
Give me a persuasion check or intimidation. Alright, that way, but I need to see your... And you're already past her. It was the left. And you, Katira, will be able to see that he cut left.
Awesome.
You slide over and make it to the doorway of B. You throw open the door, and then you see Karen's body slowly bleeding on the floor as these clerical people look up.
Is it
gonna-
just the clerical people?
They're starting to, like, prepare his body to hide. That will be your last round of this session.
Oh.
We'll finish
Wait,
this round,
hold
and then
on.
we'll pick up.
Hold on a minute.
Does he make a death
Hold the
save?
fucking phone here.
He will this round. Yep. What's your action?
Hold the fucking phone here. So, has anything consumed an actual action of mine yet?
Not yet. Well,
Dash.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop that down to being a cunning action.
Well, no. Like, bonus action is what's giving you the speed that you're moving at. You don't have anything else. I mean, what were you going to try, out of curiosity?
Attack.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't have time for that. I might have had some leeway if it was like to interact and use an object, but no. You wouldn't have time for an attack. You were hustling to get here as fast as you could, and you were like down here, trying to get over to here in 15 seconds. So you've made great time, but you're huffing and puffing and have not had time to also make an attack. So
Alright, fine.
that'll be the last round for this session. Katira, you're making it up the steps and running to the left for your turn. Is there anything you want to do with
Yep.
your bonus action?
Oh god, what do I have with my bonus action? Combat. Let's see.
I will say, because you're moving
So-
at pace with him, you'll start this next round. You use your last dash action to catch up to Karenthor. If you use your bonus action now to pick up pace with him, you'll start next session.
I'll spend a key point to use Step of the Wind.
Although I know we're running a little over time, but what does your key point look like when you expend the energy? When you pick up your speed?
It's the stuff on that stone. It's like different colors, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is it's I don't know what color it is yet, but there's a color that just kind of envelops her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like yanking my sock off my foot right now. I'm so fucking nervous.
Go for it. Just name a color if you want.
Yeah, I gotta decide what it is.
Okay, we'll come back to it then.
I'm going. It's a color.
It's definitely a color, and it's on the visible spectrum.
It sure is. It's not one of them shrimp colors.
So much like how I imagine the Flash looks in like the CW show with like the bolt streaks of lightning behind him. Just you jump up there next to Karenthor and see the same scene of Karen on the ground and people starting to wrap him up and start trying to hide it as they turn to like prepare for
That's
combat.
bad. That's very bad.
See Karenthor with his bow already drawn.
Next, there's the three of you all for your last session, your last action of the night. And Dariel, what are you doing?
Action and movement, trying to get to him.
It's gonna take you at least 6 turns.
It's gonna take a while, I know.
Or no,
But I've
you
already
should be-
blown through 2
yeah.
death saves. I can't take any more, so there's no
Yeah.
point in me staying in there.
You've got, actually yours should be more like 4, sorry, 4 turns. So you'll have
All right.
3. I'm gonna put that in chat now. Cool.
Because you don't let us level, I haven't gotten any of my movement abilities yet.
Not yet. We'll see what happens in this session.
You already know I'm sitting in that fucking realm. I'm a mile away.
Oh yeah. Is there anything we need to do in this space as you look over and see Silver?
Reach out to him, I suppose.
He saw the catch up like you did. Is there anything else you want to do with your last action involving Karen, essentially? Or are you just going to wait to try and absorb another death save? I'm giving you your option to improv an action.
I'm not sure if it's metagamey, but you could try doing a heal check on him to stop him from having to make death saves.
Go for it. That's not metagamey. It's all new for everyone. It's help.
It's strategy.
Medicine, you say.
I'm in
Plus
danger.
1.
Oh,
Well,
you're like...
Morgana will see one of her registered allies in, well, dying. So
Mhm.
her first thought is to assist them. So to heal them or stop the bleeding.
Roll me... Okay. Roll me a D100.
Oh,
Oh no. This isn't even medicine. I need a D100. You fail your medicine horribly. You're not made to heal. I need a D100 from you, Modana.
You
for
rip
other
out
reasons.
Karen's spirit heart. Fuck yeah!
You see these green sparks coming off your hand as you're trying to do medicine, but they don't fully culminate into something. And as you were thinking of trying to heal him, they started to come up, but you can't summon them back now. And there goes your action. Silver, what would you like to do?
I don't have any healing abilities. I have nothing to defend him with. So I guess I'll stay to take a hit. I don't know how far I am to him.
You can. There's no real movement space in here. You can just kind of will yourself and you
Yeah.
appear there. So you're there next to Morgana over the corpse spirit of Karen sinking into this terrain, slowly becoming nothing.
Is it
So-
possible to me to get closer and try and pick him up or something?
How would you want to pick him up? Just like get him up and try and carry him out of the room?
Yeah.
I will warn you that there will be a charisma check to try and strengthen your force of will here to be able to pick up his physical body. And I know you didn't.
Oh yeah,
you
I'm
probably didn't bank
probably
on that.
gonna get kicked out.
So, is there anything else you'd like to try?
Clearly, I have like nothing that I could do.
What's your passive investigation rather?
Passive investigation?
Mm-hmm.
14.
You all are kind of in like an alleyway of sorts. As per that was the image that Andariel saw at first when she was glancing over. She saw an alleyway, and so this place conformed to make it look like Karen was dying in an alley, despite when you got closer you could see the real terrain. Further down this illusory alley, you see a figure sat in a chair in a deep purple robe, fingers interlocked, watching you all. Eyes glowing bright purple with little slits in them like snakes. Just staring
It's the
and saying
guy!
no word. Do you say anything to them? Or I'll just say that I'm making you aware of that if it affects how you want to use your action.
Hello, Sin Fiend.
Yeah, I'm going like, who are you?
A benefactor. As it echoes throughout this whole space.
Yeah, isn't that the guy that cursed us?
Mm-hmm. Indirectly.
Yeah, it's Mr. Sin Fiend.
He continues. What would you be willing to offer for help? Help, help, help. As you hear echoes of many voices who have died not receiving help from this being and refusing his offers. You are immediately aware of this situation, given your upbringing, as a high-risk scenario for deal-making.
Yeah, right now I would shoot him in the face if he tries to make a deal with me.
He's saying he basically said, I'm here if you want to make a deal, but he won't intervene otherwise, and he's just going to watch it happen.
Yeah, I am not making a deal with him.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do with your action before we go to Karen's last death save for the night?
I'll just brace myself to take the hit if it needs to be.
Alright. Karen, give us that last death save. It's a fail. Who's gonna eat it?
I'll take
Hey.
it.
Pyro, how about rolling a little bit better, huh, buddy?
Pyro, what the fuck, dude?
Oh, there's some. I just saw 2 nat 20s get fucked. A nat 20 would have brought him back up to 1.
Damn it.
So, Morgana. As you see, he sinks even further in the floor. You grab him, and this like purple energy travels up your arm and strikes you in your heart. As you pull him back up from the edge, you take 1 death saving fail. It remains until he's stable, and awake. Like until he could get rid of his, you have 1 permanently. So, with that, that's where we're gonna pick up next week. As I'm going to have you all roll initiative at the start. These people see you coming, and drawing from the box, they draw out a small shard of yellow material at the end of a necklace and don it. As you see radiant fire encompasses their hands. That being the orc who had talked to Karen. The glossed over eye, now radiantly glowing, staring you down as she points. And that is the end of our
Yeah, we're
session.
gonna beat the shit out of this guy.
So,
Pyro?
I will say, as a final note, she cries out, "We don't abide infiltrators." And then does the point. So,
Why yes, Norvin? How can I help you?
I thought you were gonna make a character this time that wasn't
A
gonna make
dumbass?
terrible dumbass decisions.
See,
Not possible.
see, the character doesn't. The player is an idiot. And even if he did write things down, he can't fucking read when he needs it.
that's where we'll pick up.
So